Alrighty, stream looks good. I'm just gonna start. I don't really know what I'm doing today. Cody's in the background, of course. So I'm just mostly gonna just chill. Uh, if there's any questions, I'll help answer them. But I don't have any other plans. I just kind of wanted to do a chill stream and just play the video game, and probably won't even go up on YouTube, which would be a first in a long time, actually, for streams. But I'll still take any highlights of like important stuff, or funny stuff, or whatever. And put those up if there are any. That said, I should put up more highlights. Oh my god, Cody wants to participate in the background. You guys probably can't hear him because of Chris blocking that out. But I should probably put up more highlights of funny things that happen, which like I never remember when those happen. So I have to kind of start doing that. But yeah, chill stream today. Cody's in the background yelling. Maybe I'll turn on Chris so you guys can deal with him the same way that I do. I'm sure everybody would enjoy that. Oh god. There's also, now that I've started the stream, there's a little bit of lag, of course. So now I can't even kill him the same way. But that's okay. I gotta learn to deal with that too. I have switched over from Triple Slash, by the way, over to Blade Flurry. And I switch between Blade Flurry versions based on what I'm doing. But it's actually been kind of cool. Oh god, the lag is really getting to me, isn't it? Yeah. Oh my god, dude, the difference is just astounding. Maybe I really do need a capture card. And do all of my encoding on just a separate PC or just on a separate card. Honestly, I might have to. It would help out so much, tremendously, with the streams. Just in the coming years, it would help out just in general to have something like that. They're not terribly expensive. I probably should just do that. Oh my god, that's what the lag does. The lag causes that. Yeah, this is really hard to play. Man. I guess I'm gonna be jumping around constantly. Yeah, this is... I don't think I can use this version of Blade Flurry when I'm doing this, when I'm streaming. It just doesn't work. Not in an open field like this, not when I have like less than 30 frames at least. When I have more than 30 frames, this is fine, I think. But anyways, using this Blade Flurry, at least off-stream, has been really, really nice. I'm able to kill things without them doing any damage to me. Even that, like, the group of two, sometimes I can get them to not do any damage to me, so it's pretty good. Alright, I'm just gonna wait the 30 seconds. Because I don't want to have to spend mana. Whatever. Let's just kill one more thing. Hopefully it doesn't kill me. Alright. Also, I've noticed that, like, the arenas just don't pop. Ever. Like, ever. Which is really weird. And I'm wondering if it's anything to do with the fact that Stenna is in the list, but we can't actually fight them. I honestly have no idea. It's a little weird that that's the case. I'll show you what I mean in a second, because I can't... Oh, I can show ranking information from here. But any arena that is balanced right now, like Sparring, Free-for-all, and Drill Camp, you can see Stenna in the list, but I can't actually select them from here, and I can't even go up against them. But because they're all up at the top 100, I feel like this is somehow causing arenas to not pop. At the same time, though, if you search by individual server, you know, these servers are just not participating in the arenas, period. 37 people from Win have above 4,000. Tyrannos has 56. Denistrius has 36. Kalin has 25 people for Sparring Arena. I mean, it's ridiculously low, all of these. Look at that, 17 from Jurgent. Gladiator Arena is just the same thing, too. Win, 36 people in the Gladiator Arena. Tyrannos, 57. You know, these are just extreme. 27. Look at this. I was looking earlier. Jurgen has none. Jurgen has 0 people above 4,000 score in the Gladiator Arena for this entire month. It's the 27th. I mean, I just don't get it. Like, people don't want to do this. I get it, but like, I get that, but it's just kind of ridiculous. I mean, Jurgen should be fine. Look at their gear score levels for Gladiator Arena. They've got tons of people above 15k, yet none of these people at all have been doing the Gladiator Arena, which is just very strange to me. Thanks for following Paladink. There we go. It's just, it's really weird. I don't get why people have been ignoring the arenas. The rewards have been the same. Like, I've been hoping that they reduce these rewards, actually. At least for the Naval Arena, right? Maybe keep the Curios badges, but get rid of the earrings. Although the earrings are just not as good as other earrings you can get now. But anyways, so I don't get why people... Do they need more incentive in the Curios badge shop? Is that what we're missing? Do people have all the mounts they want and that's it? I mean, I'm kind of the same way. I'm not really focusing on it because I kind of have all the mounts that I want. But I do want to get, like, the titles and stuff, right? So that's maybe my own personal goal. But I guess people aren't going for, like, the elephants. Because the elephant mount, the 5-person, the 4-seater, well, 5-seater I guess you'd call it with a driver. To get the elephant mount, you just have to play a bunch of arenas. Because that's it. All you need is the stuff from the arena mounts. And there's a few people that have that, but it's clearly not as big as other people were expecting. So maybe we just need more stuff in here that is tradable. So people can make money off it, because Goblets of Honor are not worth that much, right? Oh, wait, really? Well, I mean, that's interesting too, the fact that they're not being sold very much in Win. But I guess 1,500 were sold here. 1,200 were sold here. Wow. How strange. A very strange market at the moment. Maybe they just need to merge the auction houses. If they merge the auction houses between all the servers, except for the new servers, I guess. Maybe that would help. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what they would do. I don't think about this. Oh well, whatever. I have no idea. Let's do this. Put all the stuff away. I still want to go and, like, actually level up my pet armor even more, but, like, it's been extremely expensive. I'm not buying any of these for 2-3 gold. That's crazy. That's way too much. I have enough of these crates to open anyways, but it'll only give me a few. I need about 150 of the regular accessory infusions, of these ones, in order to get one of these pet gears up to the next rank. And I kind of want to, now that I know that the actual passives on them go up too. So compared to 103% at rare for PvE damage, Arcane gives 117% PvE damage. So, I mean, that's pretty good, actually. It's really just a labor cost, too, if you're opening up your own crates, but in reality, you're probably buying them from the auction house. So I feel like maybe they should just... Maybe it's about time they merge all of the auction houses together. I have no idea. Hey, Yooks. You wanna try to do a 4-run... 4th boss run for Library? See if we can put that together. Although I'm lagging quite a bit. Well, I guess that's normal in Marianople. I should be okay on stream with the library dungeon. Game is nearly finished installing. Oh, why'd you have to reinstall your game? You wiped all your drives yesterday. Wow. You gotta wipe them all. Okay. That's a little bit too much, but okay. Sure. I don't know what would cause that. What was I gonna do? There was actually something that I wanted to do. I actually failed the Hereafter Rebellion. Just like, I got... Oh god, this morning was terrible. where I couldn't even, like, I just couldn't get Cook Kurt to be far enough away from the dog at the very beginning to get the 4 souls. And I was just like, ah, screw it. I'm not going to bother with it anymore. You also can't teleport through the gate at the start, which is cool. So they actually fixed that one. You can't use your rabbit or kind of teleport moves to just teleport right through the first gate. Which is fine. I mean, to me, I usually have like 2 minutes left anyways, even without that, so it's good. But I've also noticed something else. I think they have the same cooldown now between these two versions of the Leomorph for Enhanced Owner's Escape. That was never the case before. Wait. Oh, I see what I mixed it up with. This Owner's Escape is the same as the Bunnies. That's why I thought that they had the same timer. I see. So if I use Owner's Escape here on the regular Leomorph, the Bunny Leomorph is also in cooldown. Okay, I see. That's the one. Ah, okay. I get it now. That's what was confusing me. I thought that it would actually have the same timer as the Gallant one. But that's not the case. The Gallant one is actually just a different skill. But the Bunny and the Leomorph, the regular ones, they have the same Owner's Escape. Okay, cool. That's good to know. I was wondering about that earlier. Anyway, so I'm not too worried about the Hereafter Rebellion thing. I need like 4 more Ionod Anima and 10 more Wizard's tokens to finish, like, totally finishing up my Haram Ring. And honestly, I still have 2 months and 4 days left. It hasn't even been a month, and I've already pretty much finished this, which is pretty good. So I'm not too worried about that. And then after I'm done with these stolen Ionod Animas, I don't have to go after the dog anymore. I can just kill all the towers, collect up as many of the Starlight Crystals as I can, maybe get some extra Sunglow Luna Gems, and then also Evanstone the necklace that you get out of it, and then I'm good. And I'll actually do Hereafter Rebellion for fun, and I don't have to worry about this dog. And then maybe I can actually focus on killing, like, the catapults or something crazy at the end to see if it actually works. I can kind of challenge myself after that. Which I'm kind of excited for, honestly, once I'm done with this stolen Ionod Anima thing. Hey, Laboratory of Gaming. By the way, Laboratory, I've seen you around in different streams that I lurk, too. I don't actually know which server are you from, or which server do you play on? I'm guessing EU server probably, too, since most of the people right now probably are from EU time zones. And I'm streaming kind of early in the morning here for, well, I guess it's already 11 Central US time, so it's not that early. But I've been lurking on more streams lately, which is pretty good. Ah, Kadum Legacy. Okay, yes, got it. Oh, so you didn't actually switch over to AAU? Because I mean, you've been in streams for so long. You've been in tons of different streams for years. I remember you from a long time ago. I do wonder if they'll ever... They never really can, could they? They can't merge the legacy servers with AAU. There's just no way. Legacy servers have too much stuff on them that AAU would never have, like the faded garden gear and stuff. That would never happen. God, then I would trade all my stuff. Oh, God, yeah. That would be pretty bad. I still have so much faded garden stuff that is still unidentified on Legacy. That's probably worth quite a bit. Yeah, bring back the Res Hood. Yeah, they would never do that. Which is a shame, because so many players are still in Legacy, but it's a divided community, which isn't that great. It's very unfortunate, honestly. I'm sure nobody wanted it this way. It just kind of ended up being this way, though. What was I gonna do? I don't know. I have no idea. Like the stream says, right? Did I change the title to that? Yeah, I don't know what I want to do. It's just kind of like a whatever day. It's a whatever day, guys. I'm streaming. I'm gonna, like, do my regular stuff. Oh, maybe I can queue up for arenas, but like I said, it's been impossible to get anything. Like, ever. Period. Cody's in the background playing with his toys. I don't know if you can hear that through this. He's looking at me. It's been impossible to get anything, and I wonder if it really is because of the fact that the Fresh Start server is on our listing here for the Balanced Arenas. Because I can't fight them, but they're all over our listing. And you can see each server just doesn't have very many participants anyways. So, I mean, it's so hard to get any kind of arenas at the moment. I don't know why. It's so strange. people just don't want to do them. Everybody's gotten all of the coins they want for all the mounts they want, and then that's kind of it, I guess. Trade outlet new. Yeah, let's do this one. I haven't done this in a while. Any cool postings up here that I can do? No? Okay. Look at this, though. Look at the freaking price of this. 1,500 gold. If you have 180k weaponry, occasionally 70 or 180k will give you pretty decent payouts for helping people craft this stuff. However, this is a craft on win, and you only get half of this listing fee, so the other half just goes off into nowhere. I guess based on wherever, like, community center you craft it, right? So if I craft it here, then Marion Opal would get the other 750 gold, but, like, that's a pretty hefty listing for someone who's just okay with 750 gold poofing, right? I'd rather find the person who wants this made and make it for them manually, right? Like, they'd put it up for 0 and then they just pay me with mail or something. But I don't have enough weaponry, and I don't know who does, because these listings have been here for some time. Yeah, the fee is it's not great. It's definitely not good for extremely expensive items, that's for sure. Hey, Billy Cool, or Gwyn. By the way, I haven't really revealed those details yet for the client issues. I haven't really talked about them. I'm not going to quite yet. I'm gonna give a week delay to that information, and then I'll probably start shouting about it on Reddit or something. Not really sure. Yeah, it's not that I'm ready. It's that GameAgo isn't ready. You know, they're busy with some other stuff right now. So, and I get that, actually. I totally do, actually. And I want to make sure that when this hits, and, you know, the community hopefully makes a bit of an ARPR, I don't know. You know, GameAgo can actually do something about it. What other stuff? It's, in really short details, because there's a million details to it, in really short details, I understand and have figured out the basis of why our client runs significantly worse than the KR client. I have figured it out. I've even took extra steps after I figured it out to ensure that's actually what's happening, and that something is fixable, whether or not it's GameAgo or XL. But really, it's XL. I figured that out for sure too. So there's quite a few things, but I don't want to go into details on it. I don't want to go into anything there. I'll release all that information probably in about a week about what's the difference, what's going on, why this is and I also want to figure out if it's actually affecting Russia and Japan and some other clients too. So I've tried to contact some folks about that, and then I'll put together a big thing, probably release it next week, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. You have a Russia account too? Oh my god, can you just go on it? No, I just need you to test something really easily for me. I'm not going to make you use all the stuff that I'm using for performance testing. But you haven't used that in forever? Yeah, if you want to update it, go for it. I only need to know a couple things, and if you have a Windows 10 machine, it should be easy to find. But we can talk about that later, if you want to go through that. I don't really want to install another client right now. I just need... Yeah, I think we could do that. Plus, I need to know something from the C client, too, but... Anyways, we'll go into that later. I don't want to make a big fuss about it at the moment, because GameAgo isn't actually ready for it. Because there's a bunch of stuff they're doing, you know, to try to help out the community and everything. I get it. I want to make sure they're in a good position to actually be able to do something about these things too. And honestly, I don't think anything's going to get done anyways in the short term. But, you know, to make our client as performant as the Korean client, it's just, it might actually be simple, but it's not going to happen soon. So, but hopefully, maybe. I don't know. So I'll put out something about that like next week. It's not super crazy. Like, you know, our clients still perform generally well. It's just the Korean one works better, you know? And it doesn't have to be that way. It shouldn't be that way, actually. Especially from what I figured out. But we'll go into that next week. Goose. Or Goo5E. But, you know, it's Goose. Thinking about starting again with this new update. Usually a melee class, but want to try archery. Is archery any good endgame PvP ganking farming or not? Oh my god. There's a lot of stuff coming out for archery soon enough that's going to be really mind-blowing and awesome. So if you want to start with archery, go for it, honestly. You'll be able to farm just fine. You'll be able to get the things you need. PvP content, yeah, you're going to have to be kind of in the back line. Maybe you want to take Witchcraft to also help in other ways other than just damage. But, you know, mostly in PvP as a low gear score archer, you're probably going to be doing a lot of silence pressure, silencing targets and keeping silence on them, and that's kind of what you do. But, you know, other than that, it's kind of, yeah, you know, you're just trying to push your gear score up, right? Later on, there's some really, really fun things that make archery gameplay just amazing, you know? It's just really great. And I'm excited for those changes. I think it'll make all of archery really, really good. And feel a lot more, you know, competitive with other sort of classes in a raid versus raid scenario, even in a 1v1 scenario, but generally the game shouldn't be, you know, it's not really focused on that. Yeah, no problem, Laboratory. So yeah, I think totally it's worth it. You know, in the long run, totally worth it. With all those changes and stuff, I think it's cool. And plus, you can already make use of Swiftblade, which a lot of archers don't do. But because of how powerful Swiftblade is in a raid versus raid environment, God, it's like free damage. I don't know. There's a lot of cool things you could do in the game right now as an archer that I think people aren't really taking advantage of. But, you know, I'm starting to see archers go Avatar or, where is it? Shadowplay. Avatar is this one. Archery, Shadowplay, Swiftblade. So instead of like Aromancy or Songcraft, they'll take Swiftblade. And the main reason is so that you can apply 3,000 defense penetration because of your instinct stacks. So that's a thing that people can do. Plus, there's a lot more mobility with Swiftblade too, so it actually kind of makes sense. But there's a lot of fun ways to play right now today. And especially if you're just trying to, you know, in the early game getting gear, doing quests, you know, farming in different places, you know, as you try to like earn up all your mounts and your gliders and your combat pets and everything, you should be perfectly fine. It should be perfectly good. Just PvP might be a little different because you have to focus on being a crowd control person rather than a damage person, right? Which is, I think, totally normal and fine, as it should be. It means you could still participate pretty significantly in PvP. This is for sale for 10k? What? Nobody's gonna buy... What? Wait. Hold on. This is for sale for 10k and they have their bound storage chest there? But you can't steal this, right? You can't... Oh, wait, you can expand that storage chest? Hold on. Oh, I didn't know that. I can make this thing bigger? I only need 5 of these expansion scrolls. Wait, but they have to be wrapped. Oh, I didn't know this. Wait, I actually want to do that. Oh, seriously? Oh, man. There's none on here? Expansion scroll. Okay. I'll buy it right now at 10k. I don't think it's worth, and I don't think you get it either. I think that this goes back into that person's bank, because this is all bound items and it could include quested stuff. Hey, Mr. Heals. So that can't be it. I wonder... Huh. Okay, I forgot about that, though. Like, I know that you can expand these things, your transport trunks. You can make them up to 70 now. That's actually as of 6.5. You can increase the space of these even further beyond. But I forgot you could do it to the Otherworld storage chest. I gotta do that. Oh, well, that sucks. There's actually none in the auction house.
Unit ready.
Let me check something out here. Thanks for following Mr. Heals. It's always been a thing. I don't know, man. I forgot. I totally didn't think about that. Where are my expansion scrolls? I don't think they're here. They might actually be in the bungalow. Hold on. Bungalow. Oh, that means I have to take everything out of that. Ah, that's a nightmare to have to take out one of the Otherworld storage chests. But I guess I could do some rearranging. I just don't want to do it on stream. But then again, it's a casual chill stream, so what the hell? What do I care? I'm just here to answer questions and chill. Goose, that's fair. I used to play archery in older games, but since AA came out, you just fell in love with melee. It's so fun in this game, but in water battles, certain map PvP seems to get picked off. Make one mistake. Might try it out. I like archery now, especially now that we know that doing damage from a higher elevation will give you actually a damage boost that's linear. So the higher you are, the more damage you do. And, 95% of the community didn't know about that until we figured it out and put it out on Reddit like 2 months ago, It's been in the game for 7 years. So now that people know that, I think archery and mages and anything that's ranged is a lot more fun because your actual positioning matters more. If you're on a slightly higher elevation than somebody else, you're just going to do 5 to 10% more damage. And it's crazy. I mean, as a positioning, it means even more. Because of that, I kind of want to play archery myself. It's kind of awesome. And, in a siege, you actually have to stand on a tower shooting down at people because literally there is actual massive benefit to that. How cool is that, honestly? I think it's awesome. And so playing those kind of classes is pretty cool now. Especially with, the current Deadeye extended range, which actually is going away in place of the better Deadeye, which allows you to get the benefit while you're moving around instead of while you're standing still. There's a whole bunch of stuff happening. I'm not going to go into that right now. But it's cool. I think it's worth it, actually. You're going to have to relearn a whole new class, and that's going to keep you occupied. Yes, I love that. It's my favorite thing. I think that's great. I think it's awesome. Okay, so I can make this thing big. How many bound expansion? Oh, I have 4. What? These are not even wrapped. Oh, that's right, because these come from the Arc Pass, and those are already unwrapped. So these are pretty useless, aren't they? Wait. Oh, wait, you can actually use them for stuff. Huh. But you can't use them for... You can't use them for this, the Otherworld storage. That has to be a wrapped one. Yeah. Well, that's weird. Oh, man. And I can't buy them off the auction house. Huh. Alright. I think that's... I'll just do it later, because I'm not really... It's not the craziest thing, having more space. I'll just have to do that at some point, when it's like, everything is cheaper in the auction house. Maybe, oh, you know what? Once the new season starts... once the new Arc Pass season starts next week, then I should be able to do this just fine, because people will put them up on the auction house. Great, I'll wait. I'll just be patient. Also, you guys like my map? If anybody's on Win and wants this, let me know. I can send this over. I still have the crest for everything, or crest and everything for it. Have you played in the new Fresh Start? Wondering if it's fairly balanced on both sides. Usually an East player, but want to try West. I don't know, honestly. I didn't play in the Fresh Start, so I don't know. I've heard that it's pretty good. I mean, you could see Reddit, people are pretty happy about it. Then there's others that aren't happy about it, which I think is pretty normal. I think it's a perfectly normal server. A lot of people are probably still going to end up leaving, to go back to their original servers. I would still actually recommend playing on one of the original servers anyways, like Win or Tyrannos. Because those are the servers that are more likely to have transfers enabled at some point, and so you start seeing people, flipping around from server to server, or maybe merges would happen. I don't know. But because those would happen earlier for those servers, generally you have more options, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really sure, honestly. I think every server is generally doing fine, so I don't think you can go wrong with any decision. At least I hope not. Is the human racial passive any good? Every race gets the bonus stats on death in PvE. This one is different. This is just an active passive, Nui's Blessing. I could just activate it right now and bam. For 5 minutes I have 8% more stats to everything. To all of these basic stats, right? With a 30-minute cooldown. It's a really good passive, totally, but the passive on the Firon to just ignore fall damage is pretty damn good, right? I mean, there's still some really good ones. Warborn is really good because you could just stay alive for some period of time, being a nuisance to people. I like that, actually. The Dwarf one is pretty cool because you can still boost allies with a shield, but you just don't see those as often, obviously. Especially not at the end game. The Elf one is good underwater, but generally that can be ignored nowadays, so... don't know. Swim speed is still good, I guess. So in general, I mean, the passives are good. I do like this one definitely a lot more. But honestly, you could just kill yourself to a mob and get it for 10 minutes, right? Like, let a mob kill you and then run into PvP and you're fine. It's pretty much the same thing. Any race can do that. Just people tend to not do that, right? Because you have to take off all your clothes and your weapons so that you don't suffer as many, repair bills and so on. You could. Hey, Zushido. Zushido, it's a very familiar name. I feel like I know you from some time ago, at some point. Super familiar name, but I think it was for a different game. I might be wrong. Probably wrong. I have no idea. Just a familiar name. Maybe it's from like an anime or something. I don't know. Honestly, my Saturday morning streams, it's Saturday morning for me, usually don't do that well. So I'm just kind of chilling right now and not really doing too much and just hanging out and talking to people. If people have any questions about Arcade and stuff, please feel free to ask.
Unit ready.
Thanks for following, Goose. Been around for a while, just Arcade, I think. Do I know a Zushido from Arcade? I feel like I know a Zushido from PlanetSide 2. But that might be wrong, too. I don't know. Is it... I don't know. How did you get the name? Is it, like, from something? Maybe that's why. Maybe it's actually kind of common. Also, you know what? I kind of wanted to try something. I wanted to try these caged things. What is it called? Trapped. Small bamboo traps. I wanted to try this. You have to buy chum from the general merchant, and you need bamboo stumps. I don't know. I've tried them in the past. I don't like them. But what the hell? Why not? Let's try 20. So how much is that? 200? It's only 10 gold. It's just Bushido Samurai Code, but with a Z. Maybe it's Bushido that I know then. Maybe that's exactly what it is. Alright, I don't know these things. You guys educate me more about these things than I know. Now, what server am I on? What server am I on right now? I'm on Win West. But Win West is very much the underdog faction on this server at the moment, which I enjoy. I do like being on the underdog faction way more than, free farming and such, because that, like, anytime I'm winning a game, I tend to quit significantly faster. It's like, what's the point? If I'm already winning, what am I learning? It's kind of boring. So it's been entertaining for me, but I know a lot of other people don't like that. Yeah, I was gonna do something, and then I... Oh, yeah. Chum. When does AE2 come out? Oh, you also go by Zushi, which is Hunter X... Yeah, I don't know that. Nope. I don't know that name. It's just somebody with a familiar name, I guess. Somebody else that I knew. I need a handicrafts workbench. Oh, also... Oh, that's not really relevant, is it? Has anybody here used the old Logitech gaming software? Like the old one? Because they came out with G-Hub, and it used to not work with my headset, and now it does. So I switched to it, and it's an absolute nightmare to switch to from the old gaming framework. But G-Hub is nicer. It doesn't have a memory leak. Oh, man. It doesn't have a memory leak, let's just put it that way. It steals up ridiculous amounts of memory. You reverted to LGS. I know, I didn't like it either at first. I hated it, because obviously it didn't work with my headset. And now it does. And I hate... Oh, God. Oh, it's been a nightmare. I spent, like, way too many hours yesterday putting all my profiles over to that, like, manually. Oh, God, it was annoying. I don't like the new interface. I don't like all the new stuff. I just don't like it. It's not fun. I don't like G-Hub. But it doesn't have a memory leak, which is a pretty damn good reason to use it anyways. I just bit the bullet. I don't know. So I've been spending too much time with that. I've been kind of frustrated about it. It's been a hectic experience. You don't have a leak in LGS? Oh. You're a god. You can stay with it forever then. I'm not kidding. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't for that. I wouldn't have moved over if I didn't have a memory leak with it. But other people have complained about it for years, and there's like no fix to it. So yay! I don't have to deal with it anymore, but it's like if I mess up a button, it's just because I forgot to bind it, you know. So that'll happen for a little bit. Hopefully not that much. Wait, is there no handicraft workbench here? No. Come on. Really? Okay. Fine. Let's go there. It's got a handicraft workbench. That's true, Zashuda. Having the never give up buff is nice. I totally agree. But being in the underdog faction sometimes is alright. But we don't have any more castles. So I don't get to take out my small wyvern anymore. But I would have only used it for PvP anyways, because it's really nice in PvP. And nowadays there's really no open world PvP because the bosses are only around for an hour and not as interesting. But I do have them, just can't do it because I don't have a territory. But I don't really have a use for them either because I don't really do open world PvP as much. Cryenge is not built for MMOs. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's alright. Generally, I think it's fine. It's great in Korea. What was I doing? Handicraft workbench. Yux, I need you to send me one of your game files. What? Why? Do you need the history file or something? Are you having issues with that? Just send me a... Oh, you already did. Yeah, sure. I'm surprised it's not already... Yeah, I'm surprised you don't have that. Hold on. Everybody relax. Helping a buddy. Wait, what? Sorry, that's me, not you. This guy. Is it even gonna let me send this, Yux? I'm missing files. Oh, it did. Wow. Alright, hope that works. Looking forward to AAU server merge eventually. Yeah, eventually, hopefully. I mean, Korea just got it again, finally. But they got it in 7.0. So what, are we gonna have to wait until 7.0 before we get transfers? So I don't know. I don't know the reality on that one. Goose, that's why you quit AA usually? The open world PvP dies and I'm out. I'm trying to think when we do have open world PvP now. It's a bummer, but the problem is that you know, East, if they're gonna come out to something like open world PvP wise, they're gonna come out in way more numbers with a much higher gear score average. So usually our people die before we can even react. That's kind of unfortunate. You know, people don't really want open world PvP on right now because it's just kind of unbalanced, right? So I get that too. The garden has been really fun. The garden, you know, because it swaps all the time, so you get different people actually participating. So, I mean, we've had some pretty good PvP fights there, but unfortunately, you know, Wind West is just not ready yet after, you know, dealing with Oso for so long to actually PvP. So we've got a little bit of time. We gotta wait still, which is unfortunate because I want a PvP, so I go out and kill people, but this is the handicrafts. What am I looking for? There we go. And it's 7 labor per, and it's handicrafts. Let me see if I have a handicraft boost. I don't. Wait, I don't? Really? Do I need one? Where's my Dawn's Drop gear for handicrafts? Handicrafts, plus 10,000. Actually, that's not good. That's not good enough to give me much, is it? Okay. That's good to know. Bamboo. There we go. Alright, let that go. What are you guys talking about? On C, you guys got 6 West raids and 2+ East raids. In a Peace Cinder CR. East is actually at a Peace Cinder CR? Wow. Trying to steal whatever they can. I'm glad that C is at least going well, but unfortunately it's kind of a slow-going server, so it's gonna, you know, it ramps up over time, which is good too. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a different way to play. Goose, you get it? You enjoy small PvP roaming around, trying to gain creds? Yeah, I do too, but now my gear score is higher. And I don't pick on people, well, I'm not wearing all my stuff, but you know, I'm at like 13k. Now that my gear score is higher, I actually feel bad going for people with less gear score, and I never do. I never do unless they attack first. So I walk right by them and scare the shit out of them. Especially, you know, if I'm on my invisible Crimson Lightning, I'll run right in front of them, and then I just see them usually stop and maybe dance around a little bit, and then I just go somewhere else. I like doing that. It's really funny, you know, making somebody else on the internet somewhere poop their pants is always a funny way to quote PvP, and you know, it's not really PvPing, but I'm not gonna kill the guy. I just, you know, he's grinding or farming something. You could also try to contact opposing factions, set up scrims. I know, right? I wish people did that more often. I've been yelling about that for years, but I'm not really. I don't lead a guild. I don't want to get involved in the politics. I don't want to get involved in all those things. We've done scrims in the past, in the very long past. I can talk to the guilds now and see if they want to do something like that. There's been Dom scrims, you know, Dominion scrims, which has been actually pretty good. But I feel like we need to see more of those, just across the whole game, not just across the server. But I try to stay as far back from the politics and getting involved in leading and getting involved in telling people what to do as I can. I'm a solo player in Arcade. I have been for years. I enjoy my time playing the game myself, hanging out with you guys, helping people out. You know, I have friends in all the different guilds that, you know, contact me whenever they need something, and then I just go and help them out with stuff, and it's good. I think I've been enjoying that just fine, regardless. I haven't seen much of that anymore either. Right, it's unfortunate people don't, but people don't, I don't know. Unfortunately, people are not looking for even PvP. If they were, you wouldn't see the issues happening at the moment. If people were looking for a challenge, they wouldn't be trying to actively destroy the opponent factions, they would be actually trying to make them stronger. But you'd never see that. No way. Gosh, that's not even a suggestion you'd ever see anywhere. That's crazy talk, you know? Who would ever do that? Why? Goose, you usually try and find an equal challenge, or like an unbalanced fight. For me, 3-on-5 or something. Yeah, I'll do that for sure. Hey, well, I'll do that for sure, right? Exactly. I'll pop in and try to kill, you know, 5 people or something by myself and see if I can. And usually I can. It's been a long time since I've done that, but you know, but it's more fun for me, right? It's more fun for me to lose a fight and still, you know, feel kind of victorious. Because, you know, I kind of learned, oh, what should I have done better? This, and this. What can I do to survive longer next time? Or what should I do with mounts and gliders and pets to be able to survive? You know, that sort of thing. I like that. That's more fun to me. That's gameplay that I enjoy. But like all these mobile games are a great example of how I just can't play mobile games. Because mobile games, all of these are like, you know, let's take pay to win out of the factor, right? So there's like card games and stuff, there's all this stuff, and you rank up over time, and the problem is that they always make the game too easy at the start, because you have to rank up, and you have, you know, for me it's like, alright, fine, you know, just kill 40 people in a row, but that's not fun. I end up just quitting. And then you get to the top ranks, and the only way to compete is if you actually do pay ridiculous amounts of money, or, you know, to catch up, you know, with like XP and cards and stuff, or play the game for a few years, which for me doesn't make sense. So I don't know. It's I don't like winning constantly in games because it's not a challenge, right? If I won Pac-Man ever, I'd be like, well, I'm never playing Pac-Man again, because like, what's the point? I already won, already beat the whole game, but I don't think you can, right? I think it just keeps getting harder and harder as you go. But that's like my mentality, which I don't think is shared by a lot of people. I think most people are just looking for a win, which is fine. I'm not going to complain about it. Why is my bed like that? What do you mean? It's fine. What are you talking about? There's nothing wrong with my bed, Yokes. You've never been so annoyed. What do you mean? There's nothing wrong with my bed. Maybe there's something wrong with your bed. Have you thought about that? I don't think so. Alright, how do I take care of these things? It's been a very long time since I've done anything with these. Let's see. I can shovel it. Oh, it's 6 hours. Okay. I think I have to, like... I have to get some things to repair them in case they break. And besides that, I forgot. So... we'll see how these go, I guess. I don't know. Somebody said you can get Dawn Lake Essence pretty easily from these. But I'm doing this in Diamond Shores, so I don't expect that to work. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I'll see, because I'm not going to be streaming in 6 hours. But I got a busy day ahead of me actually today. I got tons of stuff going on. So I'm trying to stream in the morning while I have some time to just chill and play a video game. Wow, are these even gonna fit here? Oh my god. That's... Actually, yes, they should. Didn't know bungalows had breathing devices? Yeah, they have them at the bottom. But I also have the regular breathing device, the one you get from the secret quests. So technically I could use that too. Oh my god, I'm not actually going to have enough room. No, this sucks. I don't want to be stuck with an extra one. This is going to be really bad. Oh man. Okay, I can't even fit 20 on here. Wow, these are gigantic. Okay. Dang. I guess I can only fit 2 more. Unless... Could this work? This and that. Yes, actually it will. So I can fit 3 more. Ah. Oh no! Never mind. Oh my god. Man, these are gigantic. I can't even... Come on. No? Nothing. I can't weasel anything into there. Okay, well, I got 3 extras now. Great. I can only fit 17 when I'm not thinking about placement. Okay. Alright. There's my last slot in there. Let me get rid of this. Alright, let's go fly around a little bit. Anyways, what else is going on? What's everybody up to? Any new returning players have any questions about the game? Any interesting stuff going on? Has there been any interesting Arcade news? I'm trying to think. I don't think so, right? Oh! Okay, for anybody playing on AAU, I put a note about this in the Discord, but in the Research and Development Discord. But so next week is the new Arc Pass season, right? So that's July 2nd, and that's next Thursday. Probably after reset, and then a little bit after that, this will activate, okay? So if you've already finished all your current passes, and you're on the basic pass, and you don't want anything else, you know, whatever, don't use your missions after reset on Sunday. Okay, don't use your any attempts, because those won't reset on Thursday. So if you want to save them for the new season, for Thursday and later, and you just don't want to accidentally complete one of these, make sure you switch to a different Arc Pass, and that'll lock all of these, right? And that way you won't accidentally complete them, and then once the new season comes in, you switch to the new season, and then you start working on those passes, right? So just a quick tip, I'll at everyone, I know it annoys people, but I'll at everybody just before, like, Sunday, essentially, because I know I want to, you know, catch EU as well. But just as a little reminder not to do any of the missions if you are just, you know, if you want to use all the attempts for the new pass, right? Okay, cool. Just letting everybody know. Other news. Yooks, you're returning after 24 hours. Welcome back. Really cool. XL basically sold. I mean, I think they were already owned somewhat by Kakao, right? Although I'm hearing from like the Omnom Discord, I feel like, I don't know if it's true or not, but a lot of people are saying that a lot of the decisions being made are because of Kakao. So like, for example, the way that they're changing world bosses so that they have like multiple health bars, so to speak, and then they sort of flip through them. It's definitely a decision a lot of other games are making right now, but it's totally unnecessary in Arcade, and for some reason they decided to do that, maybe because BDO does, and Kakao owns BDO. So maybe? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how things work. C server is definitely because of Kakao. That makes sense. You know, you'd invest fully into a company and then open up a server somewhere? Pff, totally. That's a Kakao thing. It sounds like it, at least. I don't know. I guess we'll see what ends up happening with XL, but it could be a good thing, honestly. You know, BDO is fine. BDO is a good game. I know a lot of people that play Arcade are going to be like, ah, don't say that. But it's, I mean, I don't know. It's a good game. It has value in it, of course. Alright, well, you want to try to get a 4th boss lib run? We could do that. go ahead and start up a group, but we need some really high DPS for it. So if anybody's on Win, or if anybody's playing North America, period, and has some high deeps, and wants to help out with this 4th boss lib run, feel free to call yourselves out, and you can hop in. All right, nice. I could do the staff, I think. Although I am lagging a little bit, but we'll try anyways. Why not? It's very early, but we can give it a go. Yeah, I think so. I think we'll be okay. I don't know. Are there other teams for Lib right now? No, we're the only one. That could be a good thing, though. You could probably put in a nation message, well, for high DPS for 4th boss. We'll see what we can get from that. Although I might have to actually tank for it. Man, this using Blade Flurry has actually been insane. Over Quake Triple Slash for damage, it's been really, 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 really crazy. Way more than I ever thought that it would be. So I'm happy about that, but it's also like ridiculously hard to actually control the basic Blade Flurry. And I can't wait until they actually change Swiftblade and give us all the different changes and additions, and that should make it a lot better to use Swiftblade in general. So I'm very excited about that. But I'll switch over to the non-dash Blade Flurry because I'm streaming, and usually that's a lot better. Wait, this is actually in war right now. I think I already did the Go of the Daily with the reset team yesterday. Oops. I hope they fix the blade, this thing too at some point. I feel like I heard it was fixed actually, Blade Blast in Korea, or it doesn't send you high up into the air anymore. But that might be wrong too. I haven't actually checked. You missed the castle thing? You gotta convert stuff? Yeah. Yeah, we don't get to convert anything at the moment without a castle. Could be a little while before we get one, too. Oh my god, I can check now, you're right. I could actually see if Blade Blast was fixed. You're right. I may have to. But there's some effort involved in that. I don't want to do that. Oh god, I have to put in effort for things? Oh, I measure very well what I need to put effort into, alright? Because there's time associated with that. So, I'll see if I can put an effort into that. I'm not really sure. Oh, I have a list of stuff I wanted to talk about. What is this? Possibly discuss best pets and mounts for situations and gameplay styles. Yeah, I heard some people asking on Reddit about that. So I wrote it down. Maybe that's something I wanted to talk about on stream as a highlight. I mean, it's a pretty common question. It's just something people don't ask as much as they should, which is kind of why I thought maybe that's a good idea. Gallant Line best mount. You know, I don't really use it though. I really like the Leomorphs personally. So because I have a bias, I have to think about that question before I actually answer it. Because I mean, I do have a Gallant Lion as well. It's pretty good, right? But they're all good for their own reasons, which is why it's kind of interesting. I don't think I'm actually prepared to answer that question right now. I gotta think about that a little bit more. Because there are so many pets, there are so many mounts and combat pets and gliders and tanks and vehicles. There's so much stuff that it's really, really hard to explain something like that just out of nowhere. Yux, thanks for subscribing for 2 months with Twitch Prime. Appreciate that. Thanks for using your free Twitch Prime on me. Should I be trying to do that? Should I be trying to advertise like everybody else does? I'm not really like super crazy about that. It's not really an important thing to me. So, you know, but I appreciate that you're using me. Let's go over to somewhere else. It's all for Cody. Yeah, that's true. It is all for Cody. I bought him an extra box of treats. So he can enjoy those. Oh, he's sleeping now. Oh, no, he's not sleeping. He's inside of his freaking... God, what is he doing? He's got his face inside of a ball of yarn. He just sits there inside of this ball of yarn looking at us. From inside of the ball of yarn. I have a picture of that on my Twitter, actually. It's pinned. I pinned the picture of Cody because everybody keeps asking. So there, you can go to my Twitter, you can look at Cody inside of a ball of yarn. It's not really a ball of yarn, but you'll see. He's a small baby bird doing baby bird things. Alright, are we not getting anybody for library? Maybe it is early. Do we give up? So many blue self bombs that they all sleep in. That's like, it's like almost noon central. People are awake on a Saturday. People are awake. I don't get what's happening. Let's see. Is there any events or something happening soon? Maybe that's why. Oh, you know what? People are going to do Mirage Isle Fish Fest in 20 minutes, but I don't think that that's that big of a deal. That's good. If we can get 2 more DPS, we should be fine. Wait, this guy has a mask. That's awesome. That's a regular, it's a regular T4 equipment, too. I didn't know that. I didn't know this looked like a mask. Wow. How relevant. I like that. Alright, maybe it's worth going to Nation Chat. Just say 2 more DPS, 2 more high DPS, and then people will be more inclined to come join because we already have a healer. But they better know the mechanics. I don't like having to explain all that all the time. Gem sockets cheap for lib. What? Oh, you got something to Mythic. Nice, congrats. 1,100 though. Isn't that the same as Haram Yux for Mythic? I don't even know, honestly. Maybe not. Maybe it's actually double the expense. I think it was 500 for me to slot the last slot in my axe just the other day. But that was also with a tier 1 gem, so maybe there's a difference there. I don't know. Somebody from Lunar. Yeah, it's probably fine. Long spear. Maybe I don't need to tank then. Maybe the Fanatic will do it. Yeah, they should be fine to tank it. And then I can just go and do the staff. It's a lot easier for me. Because then I can focus on killing the mobs too, which need to be anyways. I need, as a melee, I have to. Wait, what are you guys talking about in chat? Gamers don't wake up till 1? Yeah, I guess that's true. We're too busy sleeping all the time because we stay up too late, right? Is that how that works? I can see that. Alright, we just need 1 more then. Wait, did you wrote you wrote 4th boss in the description here, right? Let me see. I think you did. 4th boss, have heals. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we're good. Your last gem in your shield was 1,500 gold. Oh my god. That's... I don't think... No, it was 500 for my axe. By the way, look, I got my axe up to tier 5. Ooh. Tier 5. What does it mean? Nothing. It's 4% more damage in an offhand for my Swiftblade abilities. Ooh. And it's not 4%, it's 4% from the weapon. So the actual value is like 3.5 or something. It's much lower. Ooh. Yeah, PogChamp. I just used a bunch of scrolls at the same time, and then I ended up getting it that way, instead of doing it 1 by 1. I still have 100 left, too. So if I get... I don't know what I'm going to take next. I think I'm just going to get the rest of my stuff to Legendary. I don't really want to, though. What's the point? Why would I get these boots to Legendary? What does that give me? Slightly more resilience and strength? I'd rather get something to Mythic, but then that's even more costly. I don't need my bow up. Although, the defense penetration permit would be nice. Just the difference is so small. My flute, maybe? What's the difference between a legendary flute and an epic flute? Let's see. Oh, we got a 5th. Who's that? Oh, we're chilling. Alright, let's go. Easy. That person will tank. I'll do the staff. Mythic flute and my flute, the difference is 2 attack. And the evasion is just lower in general. Okay. Movement speed, wow. Anybody have parry rate here? Parry rate, 4.6 versus 4.2? Okay, I'm not going after a mythic flute. Get out of here. Why? That's such a small benefit for like a ridiculous cost. I'm not doing that. That's crazy talk. But gem slot, yeah, for 10 extra attack, I still don't think it's worth it. Like, I'd rather get everything else upgraded first, and then do the flute, because everything else and their gem slots matter more than the flutes. 10 extra attack speed for a dual wielder it doesn't stack up that well. How am I the highest? Okay, whatever. Cool. I'm all out of the free buffs. I'm just using Sirloin for everything because I make it. Alright. I guess everything is fodder then. Everything is free roll, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're all good. I'm gonna push it. Hopefully I'm not gonna lag during the last fight. That's all that I'm worried about. Alright, any mages? Nah. That's good. Yay. I think I'm just going to save up all of the crystals for now, or all of the infusions. I don't think I'm actually going to use them. I'll finish up the boots to legendary because I already started anyways. But then after that I might just save them and not do anything with them. I kind of do want to get my belt and my guards up to mythic though first. And I guess I should anyways because of the mythic buff, right? You'd rather get the cheaper stuff up first. So maybe I'll do that, just because I do want the extra gem slots there. Because those things actually do, you know, give additive bonuses, whereas, like, you know, giving myself more toughness right now is not really going to give that much, because the actual value of toughness gets lower the more toughness you have, right? So there's not really that much value to that. I could get resilience up, but I'm not really dying anyways, so it's not that big of a deal. Cody's going nuts. What's this? Mirage Isle Fish Fest in 15 minutes. Okay. That one I might do off stream. I do want to do it because I just want to get that out of the way. I want my mermaid bath. Alright, we good? We're chilling? We're gonna go. Wait, why did he already use... Isn't that kind of early for Fury stacks? I guess they last 5 more seconds. He's just going to use them right now. Yep. Yep. Oh god, I have to use anything to keep up. Firestorm, yay! That means we can actually kill him in time, because he doesn't do the the scenery until his Firestorm is over. But now he's low enough that he has to actually use Enrage first. No! He didn't use rage! No! So close. Alright, wow. Don't die in the last boss. Just give it a second. I always wait just a second to see which way he turns before I start running. Alright, so if nobody needs this, I'm gonna roll on it. Look, wow, it's the pants needed at one point. Now you're gonna get them all the time, because you don't need them anymore. Alright, nobody's yelling, so I'm just gonna roll. I bet I will. No, don't talk like that, because nobody knows what you're talking about. Alright, I'm gonna do staff. I'll just tell them I'm... I'll talk to myself, gamer, it's fine. What? No, that's even worse out of context. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're missing somebody. And I need to pop a potion. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so who's tanking? Wait. Veg. Veg tank? Yeah, Veg will tank. Everybody else over here. So, wow, I'm gonna give you the sign. I can try, and you'll be fine. Just don't die. But we have to, like, stand properly, which might not work. Alright, well, whatever. We'll figure it out. Pretty easy. Oh, he already did it. Okay, go back. Alright, so let him get aggro. Alright, we're chilling. Should be easy. Just don't die. Oh god, don't let him die. Alright, we're good. Veg died. Wait, is everybody dying? Wait, how is that possible? Alright, weapons off. This isn't everybody's first time doing this, right? It can't be. Veg has 16,000 gear score. He's done it before. I mean, I can tank, but... Veggie... PvPing on guards for like 5 minutes straight. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Wow, you too. You gotta keep in mind this on yourself. You can do this. I believe in you. If I can do it, you can do it. Why don't we stay here? What? Yeah, sure. That's how I usually do it too. Usually the tank is on that side. Actually, that's not true. Usually, the way that I've done it, actually, it's the other way. But whatever, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's not the biggest deal. Biggest deal in the world. Should be fine. Alright, did we start it? No, of course not. There we go. I don't have one of my weapons equipped because I took my weapons off. Although we have to be a little bit closer, I think. But wow, once you notice, you'll just move up. It's not a big deal. Yeah, we gotta be way closer. Come up here. He's actually got to hit us with the ball. Oh my god, he actually moved too. Come up here. Yeah, he just got a stack because we're not all together. Oh my god, people. Alright. Get back. Alright. Come on, you guys got this. Veg died. What's going on? I mean, I'm tanking now, but I am also the staff person, so... do you... I mean, I can tank. Do we need me to tank? Yeah, weapon... Let's just do weapons off, because this will be much faster. Although, then we have a problem with somebody has to staff, too, right? I'm surprised. I'm actually very surprised that, like, I don't have many movement speed boosts, so... I have none. I don't have any movement speed boosts at all. So how am I faster? Very strange. No volunteers for staff? Okay, then, if I'm tanking, then it has to be, Artie Gaspa. They can't be the melee, because the melee has to kill off the ads. I don't know what to do with the staff. Okay, Veg, you're tanking, buddy. I'm good. I'm explaining mechanics to people with extremely high gear score, but okay. Alright. If we insist. That's how it's gotta be. I think it'll be okay. I can use Sunder Earth to keep him alive too, but in general, he's just dying to the rotating thing, which should be the easiest mechanic at this point. Closer? Yeah, just be like right up at the edge of the circle. Alright, let him get aggro. Perfect, we're like right inside the feet. That's exactly how we need to be. I'm gonna put the staff back down actually. Pick it back up. So I kind of screwed up my timing on the staff. Wait, how do we just take so much damage? Wait. Veg is too close to him. Alright, fine. Whatever. Good. Alright. Go right. Oh, come on, people. Everybody's dying. It's like we haven't done this before. It's crazy. Alright, go let him tank. We don't have 4 people now, so unfortunately he's going to give him a bunch of stacks. There's not really much I could do about that. Yeah, he's going to get a bunch of stacks. You're going to have to heal quite a bit. I'm gonna get it. I have to do everything. I have to kill the mobs. I have to kill the rifts. I'm okay, don't worry about me. I can keep myself alive. Well, not anymore. I don't actually... Wait, you all died too? I'm really confused. Why are we dying? You can't see when he turns. I mean, it's not like I'm zoomed out all the way, but you can zoom out. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Yeah, you're allowed to move away from him when he does that. I don't get it. This guy's... Wait, do people not know how to do this boss? I'm actually kind of surprised. I'll be perfectly honest. It's very strange to me. But okay. Alright, 95%, 98, 97, 95, right. We have the DPS, we're just not staying alive. Okay, there we go. No, he went the wrong way! Wow, man, you went the wrong way! You gotta look first! It's so easy, you just gotta be patient. Alright, weapons off. You just gotta be patient. You just have to wait. That's it. I always don't move until I see him turning, and then I just start moving, and then it's fine. As long as you're already in the middle of him, you'll be okay. That's fine. 4v4 raids PvP. That's pretty cool. One of the lower DPS left. Well, we can still do it. Actually, let me do this first. Alright, just don't die to rotation. That's it. Just watch which way it goes and then start moving. Just go back, watch where it goes, and then start moving. Like, I don't know. I do it so easily every single time. Wait, why did he steal my staff? Give me my staff back. It's my staff, you bastard. Alright, go over there. My staff now. Alright, you're really close. 96. 95. There we go. Splitting Orb hit everybody. I can actually be using Observe Life Force to give myself more health too. Alright, go back. He is turning. Left, okay. Just go right. Nice. Somebody died, but I think we should still... Oh, actually now, Exploding Orb has to hit all of us every single time. Which is gonna suck. Oh my god, you're rezzing him? Okay. This is fine. Just don't die. Oh god, there's so many mobs. Alright, he's gonna gain some stacks. Yeah, he's already got one. Gotta do everything. Alright, just keep Veg alive. Veg is dead. Alright. Should we just, I know. Wait, why did you DC'd? Everybody DC'd. Guys, not the right team. I guess, but it's the easiest thing. I'm so confused. I thought that I wasn't going to be able to get out in time. Just do it that way. I mean, you suffer almost no durability loss. Look at that, 30 silver in all of these attempts. I love it. You just gotta take your weapons off. It's so easy. You lose almost nothing. Or maybe I've been automatically repairing, but 30 silver for a death is nothing. Yeah, not the right team, I guess. Oh well. We'll try to find a team later then. Everybody keeps dying to the circle. Like, just rotation. Well, rather, the one person kept dying. It's okay. Maybe they weren't able to see it or something. Let me go sell this thing that I got. Where is there a person? Alright. What do you know about AoE skills and too many targets? I actually made a highlight out of that last time. I talked about that and those mechanics there. There's a million mechanics with AoE skills and the targets and limitations and downsides and limits and so many things. Actually, as a part of the mass testing initiative back in 4.5, we went and tested all the limitations for tons of different skills. We couldn't get through all of them. But I can tell you at least some, and kind of what's going on there. Really cool. So generally, there's a couple premises here. Jiroboss has never cast Nightmare in Sea. Guessing too many. It's weird. Maybe you guys kill it too fast. I don't know. You get through each of its phases that we don't know about, something like that. So I don't know about that particular question. Is that all you're looking for? Or should I go into the whole explanation of? It never happens though. Nightmare, is that the thing that freezes people? Or what do you mean? Because the freeze can be stopped by people using the... yeah, the freeze is stopped actually by people using the second ability on the Harpoon. The second ability on the Harpoon gives it an 8-sec... We don't use Harpoons in Sea? What? Well, maybe then it's just a damage thing. Just too much damage will stop it, I've noticed. Because I think the Harpoon just makes it so that maybe the damage calculations are different for stopping Nightmare? I don't know. We don't use Harpoons in the Sea. We don't burn fast. Okay. Interesting. I don't know then. I actually don't know the answer to why Nightmare wouldn't go off. I'm sure it's something that is DPS related. It's probably that. Laboratory of Gaming, what did you miss? I don't know, dude. I'm just chilling, so probably nothing. I don't know. I can barely understand what's happening myself on the stream right now. I'm surprised any of you guys are just chilling and hanging out. But I appreciate it. I'm gonna go and, fish some fish now. Yeah, I don't know why Nightmare wouldn't work. I wouldn't be surprised if it's DPS related, because we've also... I've also seen that. Where if you just start lobbing everything against it, it'll just die and never actually finish the cast, even if nobody has the harpoons. You didn't do lots of damage? Maybe it is a numbers thing. No, but I've seen it. I guess I've seen it freeze an entire raid of 50. I don't know if it can freeze a raid of 100, so maybe that's why. Maybe when there's 4 different raids there, it doesn't work. Maybe you're right. I don't know. But I don't think that I don't think that the regular mechanics of AoE skills apply to that particular thing. That is something else. That's a mechanic of the actual boss itself that we just don't really understand or know about. We have 400, lol. Okay, well yeah, that could be why. It could be something to do with that, yeah. We just don't understand or know why yet. It would be funny to see 400 people get frozen and then it just kills everyone. That would be pretty funny. It's a skill with no limits on targets, but it doesn't apply ever. Every skill has a limit though, that's the thing. Every skill. If it's 8 or 20 or... well, I guess that's not true for one particular one that causes a debuff, which is Witchcraft... I have 10 more seconds before I can even fish. Can't do anything right now. Witchcraft Phantom doesn't have any actual skill. I'm missing it! No, come on! There. Ah, didn't get anything off. The Witchcraft Phantom Head doesn't actually have any limits, I've noticed. But this is why I want to do mass testing again. I want to get 50 people together, or 100 people together, and just start testing all the limits for everything. But it's really hard to do that, because there's so many people divided on different servers, and we can't go to the PTS anymore to test it, with everybody. It's a really, really hard thing to do. I wish I can get 100 people together for that kind of thing, but it's unrealistic, unfortunately. Unless somebody has a guild of 200 people, and can get 100 of them on at the same time, and then I just make a character and go to that server. I wouldn't mind. That would be pretty cool if we can do mass testing somehow, but that's kind of how I did the first time, is I just loaned a guild out, and we discovered so many hidden mechanics of the game, it was just insane. Things that no one had ever thought about before. And we could do that again. So too many targets? I don't know. It's really hard to say, because it's a boss, so they can have separate mechanics that are very unique to the boss itself, right? That break the game's mechanic as well. Like, it could be totally different. It's just too many variables. We don't really... It's hard to make a guess when literally anything is possible. Do you know of any similar AoE that doesn't work? Not really, no. I can't think of anything that doesn't work where there's too many targets. Yeah. Especially not for many bosses. Did I miss Hereafter, or not Hereafter Billion? I missed the Haram City. Nobody does it anymore, but here the music is playing in the background right now on the stream. I guess you guys all do the Haram City on C, right? And on the Fresh Start servers, I'm sure, because everybody wants as much honor as they can get. Yep. I want to do hard mode, but nobody wants to do it anymore. You have to, like, go with a guild. Got kicked today for fun? What? What did you do? Good mechanic. Yep. Glad to know that C has the same issues. If C comes up with problems, right? If C has problems and reports them to XL directly, they have a better chance of getting something fixed faster than if, like Russia or GameAgo or any other place reports it. So we might start having to use C in order to report our bugs, and report issues at the game, or make suggestions. But if everything is done through Facebook, then it's probably a much less likelihood of that even working. Just randomly kicked after 2 minutes left. They kicked the leader first, then me. God. Yeah, fun mechanics, right? It's ridiculous. Yux, I know you sent me this picture, but of you putting all of your, or the cost of putting all of your equipment into your mythic chest, and how ridiculous the cost is. But on PTS, when I tried to put an Eternal piece into another Eternal piece for Haram, that was 70,000 gold. I mean, that's over twice what you just showed me. It's crazy.
Target is facing the wrong direction.
Target is facing the wrong direction. I have buttons for this and hotkeys. Why am I not using those? I just want to get one lucky so that I can stop doing this. Go do something else. The most epic music, though, for fishing, right? For anybody that's wondering, I am literally just, it's just the background music of all of the different arcade music. You can find it on YouTube and stuff, but much easier to not get DMCA issues with that, right? So I just do that now. So many issues on Twitch lately with people even getting banned from just playing too much copyrighted music. It's kind of, I don't know, everybody's avoiding it as much as they can. Can't even sing songs, unfortunately. The infusion cost is always the same thing, I think. It's kind of. It's different per tier. So to get from Legendary to Mythic is like a one particular gold cost from XP, so gold per XP, essentially. But getting, Mythic to Eternal is a different gold cost, gold per XP. but it requires more XP, right? So that's how it balances itself out. So, like I said, putting an Eternal into another Eternal was about 70k, but if you put an Eternal into a Mythic, it could cost less, or more, probably more actually, now that I think about it. I have no idea. So it's kind of a weird system, and it's because of that system that you kind of have to think about it when you are going up to Eternal or going up to Tier 5, because if you want to get involved in the Enhanced system, and you want to have extra XP to use for it, you have to go over, and there's tons of stuff. I don't even know how to begin to explain it. There's a ton of math involved. Do your research. I can't answer that just on a whim. I have to think about that before I answer it. It's a very, very hard thing to explain, because there's quite complicated systems at the end game like that. Yeah, exactly. You say you pay the gold per XP. Exactly. Yes. It's just a different gold per XP for every tier. Yes. It's not the same gold per XP for every tier. No, it's actually different. So like leveling up a rare to a grand, or grand to rare, not for every tier. No. Wait, what do you mean? I don't know, man. It's a complicated thing to talk about. There's so many complexities. It's just there's a chart, dude. There's a chart. I can link it. It has all the things there. I hope that that's as good as it needs to be, but it can at least help explain why some things are the way they are. Here it is. The Arcage cheat sheet has all of this information. Let me just post that into chat. There you go. It's got all those things on there. All of the different costs to get from thing to thing. You can see that the XP and the gold does not actually ever sync up. It's always slightly different. So gold for XP costs are different all the time. It's just a weird way the system works. So no matter what you feed, the gold for XP remains the same for each tier, right? No, it changes. So if you put in 100, so let's say you have 100 infusion cost, right? Here, I can actually show you a much better way. Hold on, look at this. I'll show you right here. Super easy. Weapons are all the same, including bows, right? So if I put a mythic into a mythic, that's 5,234 gold. But if I put the same amount of XP, I'm sorry, this way. If I put the same amount of XP into an epic, wait, this one is actually 5,234. That's weird. This didn't become that way before. Wow, maybe it is. Hold on. 5,000. Well, maybe it is the same gold per XP. Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. I never did the math. Before I didn't see that this was the thing, but there you go. All right, there it is. It's on screen. Best way to test it, just do it. Well, there's not even let's see. What about epic into epic? 1,084, and then this one is 1,181. Oh wait, but those are boots. Maybe that's what I was doing before. Yeah, so gold per XP is constant per item. That's what it is. That's what the problem is. That's the best way to explain it. So each item is a different gold per XP cost. That's where people get confused, probably. Whether you're using fusions or an item. Yes, right. Yeah, exactly. The big deal is that if you, like, let's say I gain, the boost, the bonus here, right? I essentially skip all of this yellow part, which is a lot of gold that I would get to save if I proc this and it actually works, right? Like if I proc it and get the extra XP. So that's kind of where the, I can't even put it back on now. That's where you want to, always use higher tiers of stuff, or like, you want to use the garden, the garden infusions whenever you can, right? After tier 4. Just because, in general, it's better. Especially if you proc, and then you get to save a lot of gold that way. So you could feed all your items into one and see how much it potentially costs you. Yeah, to go up the next tier. Right, exactly. But that's how we've kind of already identified that. That's where that chart comes from. So the chart that I posted gives all of the information, how much it would cost to go to the next tier. Yeah, exactly. That's what Yux was doing. He was showing me that in a PM. That's what brought up the conversation in the first place. Oops, I missed an entire... Well, I didn't miss an entire thing. We're good. It's actually not dead. What? Okay, there we go. Oh, gosh, just give me one lucky. In time. Hold on, do I have more relaxing music for this? Whalesong Harbor? Alright, I don't know. Just playing stuff from the soundtrack. From the game's music, rather, from the original soundtrack. Oh, it's barely audible, though. But whatever. We're just chilling anyways. Again, if there's anybody here with any questions about Arcade, want to learn more about something, if you guys want to theory craft some kind of builds, or you're trying to figure out something with items or whatever, please feel free to ask. This is the perfect time and place to ask those kind of questions, and we as a community can help, and maybe you'll learn something more, maybe, you know, other people who are lurking will learn something more, and so on. I do have a YouTube channel with a lot of highlights where I answer questions, so a lot of the more frequently answered questions, you know, I make highlights off of so that other people can also benefit, which actually, I'm not really focused on my YouTube channel. YouTube, I don't make any money off of anyways. I won't make any money off of it until I get at least 1,000 subscribers, which is like, I'm 1/10 of the way there. So I don't take it seriously, and I never will, because in general it doesn't give you very much money. It's kind of meh. But that's why I don't like spend extra time editing and things. But I do put things on there so that people can learn, because you know that's the simplest way I can put up good information. So those highlights and everything have actually been quite useful for people, and I like that. I spend almost zero effort, and people get to get something out of it, which is pretty good. Which I'm very happy about, actually. So, you know, if there's anything you guys want to see highlighted or whatever, maybe something funny happens in the stream, just go ahead and clip those things, and then I'll go and make highlights out of those later, which makes it a lot easier for me. Don't clip this. I don't want you to clip this. This explanation isn't going to go onto YouTube. But in general, if something funny happens and you guys make good clips out of it, I'd be more than happy to put all those things on YouTube, especially if I mess up or something. Please, feel free. I don't care. What do I care? I'm here to be made fun of. That's my whole thing. That's my whole shtick. That's perfectly fine. You're gonna do it? Alright. Thanks, Yooks. Thanks, buddy. Oh, there we go. But yeah, again, you know, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. That's mostly why I'm streaming right now. There's not too much interesting stuff going on. For me, it is a Saturday morning, and I just want to chill. I haven't even had, like, coffee or tea or anything, which is actually my mistake. I should have done that. That's my bad. Probably not as active or interesting because I didn't even have any tea, which is really unfortunate. Maybe I should go do that. But I also figured this would be a short stream because I'm really busy, man. I've been busy all week, even though I wanted to find more time to do stuff and stream more. I've been busy, like, on the weekends because people are starting to hang out more often because the quarantine is still going on. People are getting bored, so now everybody's going to, like, parks and wearing their masks around and hanging out with each other. So we're starting to get back to normal, which is a little nicer, and people are taking necessary precautions. I think that's awesome. I think that's exactly what's been good about it. Would you replace Haram with Hasla 2.0? There's a Hasla 2.0? What did C get that we don't have? What are you talking about? Oh, would I replace Haram with a Hasla 2.0 if it existed? I mean, let's pretend like library gear was that, right? Let's say that if there was something on the scale of library gear or world boss gear, I mean, because you can go any of these routes, right? You can go crafting, you can go world boss gear, you can go library gear if you just want to do PvE stuff, or just get the benefits out of it, right? There's so many routes to take. If there was another set that you had to farm in a different way that was on a similar scale, yeah, I would totally go for it, because why not, right? Let's say that it was mostly free too. Yeah, why not? Why wouldn't I do that? Like, yeah, we all want something that's similar to hostile gear, not because of the hostile gear itself, but because we wanted a place to go and farm, right? And the garden was supposed to be that. The garden was supposed to be like a, hey, you guys have to fight over farm spots here because there are really good spots, right? But unfortunately, nobody wants to fight each other because the incentive to fighting each other is risking everything that you're trying to gain. So it doesn't make any sense. Plus, killing the mobs is useless. There's just no benefit to that. The coin purses are even worse than Ancestral. They give barely anything else. You can get Lunar Tempers out of them, but you may as well just open up crates for those too. But there's no labor cost with the garden mobs, right? You just get Lunar Tempers, or you just get Sun Tempers. Although I don't think I've ever seen a Sunset Temper or Sun Temper, whatever it's called. I don't know if you can actually get them from the mobs. How's the combined grind of PvP into one? That'd be good. I wouldn't mind if there was an arena like that. An arena where you have to benefit by getting certain coins from mobs, and then, like, you know, putting them into, like, a trash bin or something to get points. And then, you know, that'd be pretty cool. You had to fight over the same mobs. Maybe it was balanced. I wouldn't mind something like that. But we all want something of the scale of Hostile because it was a very closed-in spot. People would go in all the way to the back to try to steal mobs until, like, people caught them doing it, right? That was always a thing. I remember doing that a lot. I love the PvP there because it was extremely similar gear score, and it was a lot of fun. They could reintroduce those things in different ways. They kind of tried it with the garden, but because it's too punishing to die, nobody wants to fight there. But if, like, so my proposition was completely get rid of PvP points in the garden. No PvP lost, or no points lost for dying to PvP, and no points gained for killing in PvP, even people with a higher rank, period. Let it be all about farming the plants and killing the mobs, and that's it. And if you die to a mob, maybe you lose points, fine. So people will try to actually, you know, get people died to mobs instead of, you know, to players. But still, the point is, if you took away all of that, then people would actually PvP over spots, and frequently, because you get more points for killing mobs during war than you do during peace. And you can get over rank 6, right? And so that actually would give people the same, like, actual chance to get rank 12, if that was the case. But it's not the case. Nobody wants to get rank 12 because what's the point? And you risk everything by doing it. So, and it takes forever. So, if they just did that, you'd actually see Garden be a really, really fun PvP zone. Like, awesome. It incentivizes small group PvP, because, you know, raids in there don't make any sense. Because you can't actually set up a raid, you don't benefit out of it when you kill mobs. But you benefit out of being in small parties, and so that would be, like, literally the greatest place in the world for PvP. And then there would still be raids, kind of, right? It would just be a multitude of parties farming next to each other, and then, like, a raid comes in and wipes them out, right? And then takes over the spot. Like, it'd be cool. And yeah, Hostile was good because you had all types of players in your party raid. They had different items per weapon type. Yeah, it incentivizes everybody to farm there, essentially. But it's the same with the Garden, too. The Garden does incentivize everybody to farm there. It's just for a different purpose, right? If it was just released in a different way that made it more fun for people, I think it would have been awesome. But it didn't, and I hope at some point it does change. Garden is more like a Zerg. It's kind of... It can't be, though, because you don't benefit as a Zerg, right? If you're in a raid, you don't actually get very many points at all from killing mobs. So really, it does incentivize small groups. So, like, each group would have to have a healer and a CC person and whatever. And it would be that way if it wasn't for the fact that nobody's going to farm there during war anyways. Unless you have a gigantic group, you know, of people just farming next to each other. But then why even you know, again, why PvP? It's too risky, right? You could lose everything very, very quickly. Zushido, any plans to go for the achievement? Wait, hold on. Let me turn on... Oh, Crisp is already on. Great. Alright. Any plans to go for achievement glider mount? Not really. I mean, I have the achievement mount on Legacy, but I don't have any plans to do the achievements anything yet on AAU. I don't want the glider, really, because I have other fast gliders anyways, and I think those would be fine. I kind of want the Strata, but that thing is so expensive, so that might be the first thing I go for, but it would be in a long time, honestly. I really want the strata, especially with the new content later that comes in, which, you know, you actually have to use vehicles to kill a world boss and stuff. That seems pretty cool. I feel like getting a strata for that would be awesome. But currently no plans for any of them. I'm not really working towards them. Maybe the elephant if I could do arenas more often, but generally they don't pop, which is kind of unfortunate. You'd like to see zones that are gear score capped for 4 to 6k, 8. Yeah, you know, there's a big problem with that though, because somebody can just take off all their armor and have an internal weapon and just one-shot everybody in that zone with 4 to 6k gear score, right? So you can't do a gear score cap, unfortunately. You'd have to do a rarity cap, where anything above a certain rarity just does not get enabled, right? Like, it just doesn't actually work, and it's almost as if it's not on your person. That would be the only way they could do that, because otherwise people would just abuse the gear score caps. But it would be nice, you know, that's kind of what the arenas are supposed to be, though. The arenas that are balanced are supposed to be that, where people are essentially, you know, capped on gear, right? They're capped on what they can do. And if we saw, like, if we saw a Halcyona with an actual balanced Halcyona, where you had to, like, choose the weapons you go in with, I think it would be a lot more fun. For a time, right? I feel like if they did that as like a temporary event every so often, that would be awesome. People would get to experience Halcyona with balanced gear, and everybody would participate. Even alts. Even alts would be actually participating because you are completely competitive with other players, so why not, right? That would be awesome. But people would get bored of that just the same as everything else, which is why I keep suggesting, you know, rotating events all the time. Let it constantly be fresh and different, and make it a norm, and then have a global currency. We talked about this last Saturday too, I know, but I keep suggesting it because it's kind of a big deal, and I don't know, I just don't see it happening. Really cool. Hostile would punish you for having more than 1 to 2 of the same class type. Would it? Oh, yeah, in a party. I guess you're right, because now you're fighting over the same thing. I see your point. You're right. Hostile, that's the difference. Hostile punishes you for having the same class. Or for going for the same gear is really what it was. Yeah, I don't know if they could bring something like that back, realistically. I guess they should. They should, but I don't think they could. Because they're too focused on big groups fighting each other nowadays, right? And they're not really thinking about the individual sort of... I don't know. I mean, if they wanted to make it work, they could, but I don't think that that's something they're going for. But it would be nice to somehow incentivize parties of people who are actually looking for different things, right? X courage, X, I don't know what the other ones were, whatever it was back then. But yeah, purely focus on PvP and honor, maybe a leaderboard and some extra rewards. They're actually bringing a leaderboard in for the garden. So people who turn in ranks of rewards will actually get points for it on a leaderboard every month, and then they'll earn extra rewards at the end of the month. But the problem is, if they don't change the system, then the only people benefiting from that are the people who are already ahead, as usual, with these leaderboards, which is really unfortunate. So the only way for them to... Compassion, loyalty. You remember them all, look at you. Remember the honor, courage, compassion, loyalty. Look at you. Oh, man. So the only... Yeah, the only people who are benefiting from that are the people who are already in big groups and already really, really, you know, geared up. But if they took PvP away from all the point losses and all the point gains in the garden, then anybody could actually get to rank 12. It would just take some people longer and more dedication to get to rank 12. And that said, those people could still get to the top of the leaderboards, and they could still actually get the top tier rewards every month. And so that would be awesome. That would be great. When the leaderboards comes out, if they did something like that, that would be cool. In reality, what they're doing is they're just capping it so that you only lose 1,000 points. It's as if you have that fairy protection potion on every time. But also you could still downrank, but you'd still be like, it wouldn't downrank you to 0 out of whatever the previous rank was. It would downrank you to, like, you know, the top of the previous rank, something like that. So supposedly it works better later. I don't know, I still don't think that it incentivizes PvP because people will still try to avoid each other as much as humanly possible, as opposed to fighting over areas that are actually good for farming. You know, that's what I would love to see. Oh well. We kind of are where we are, and we just have to kind of deal with that, which is kind of unfortunate. But I still make these suggestions. I still bring them up to Game & Go to pass over to XL. I still do things that hopefully they'll make good design choices later. But you know, we'll see. That's all we can kind of do. I still enjoy the game as it is right now, so it's not like I'm gonna quit over any of this stuff, because I still like the game and I still love the game. It's still my favorite game. It's, you know, I just wish they made some design choices that were more useful to more people, or more fun to more people. But they haven't really been doing that. You liked how you can grind at your own pace, not tied to dailies and weeklies? True. Yeah, with the Hostile stuff, you kind of just grind whenever you want and do whatever you want. It's not tied to any dailies, because it's your own progression. But here's the thing, Billy Cool. What happens after you get your Hostile gear? You leave Hostile, and you never come back again. And that was a problem, actually. That was actually a huge problem back then, is it was just a temporary place people would go. And at the start of a server, it was really good. But they realized the problem was no one would stay there. They would go other places and do other things, unless they just wanted PvP, which I would go back, right? I'd go back for the PvP all the time, because you knew where to find it. But the people who already had their gear were already much higher geared than other people, so the people who came back just for the PvP were only there to grief and cause problems, and then it became a much bigger issue. The reality is that the end game of Hostile, the end game of the Hostile days, was poking fun and picking on people who were not as high gear score, right? Yeah, that's true. That's just how it kind of was. And it's okay, because everybody had very similar gear score compared to now anyways. It was still fun, it was still fine, and, you know, you'd get your friends to help, and it was all good. Yeah, Hostile didn't scale much, right? So it was okay, actually. It wasn't that bad. Nowadays, it would be terrible, right? So they have to find designs that actually work for everything, which is not easy. That work for people of any gear score fighting each. Ooh, lucky. What do I get? 473. That's not that great, but it'll get me my six coins, I guess. Maybe I'll stop here. So, like, you know, they still have to come up with designs that work for any kind of gear score and such, which isn't easy. Absolutely, it's not an easy thing to do. And it's really funny because, you know, over the years, people keep getting more and more gear score, and all the time on my stream, I would get people telling me that if they could have balanced PvP, they would get rid of all their gear. They would, like, all these people at the very, very top would always admit that if they would trade it all in if it meant that PvP was more fair and fun. Because what happens when you get to the top? You kill everybody, it's not as fun, there's no challenge, and you end up quitting, right? It happens all the time. And you realize that very quickly. Yes, you want to be at the top of the gear score, but then you realize the game's not as much fun. There's no challenge. But it is fun for these, you know, it's fun to win, but it's not fun to, there's no benefit, nobody really cares besides you. So, I don't know, it would be nice if they came up with some kind of a proper way to play, you know, to make things a little bit more fun and interesting for everybody, but it's not easy. It's not easy to do that, is my point. So I get it. It's complicated. Balancing things is not easy. No, and I've balanced an entire game. And I can tell you it's not easy. God, it's an absolute nightmare. You can balance the game perfectly and still have problems. And that's a thing. Absolutely. Granted, I was restricted to doing things I didn't want to do, but I knew it was bad for the player base. I don't know. I had my own issues with that too, but yeah, it's not easy. Game development is not easy at all. Period. That's it. It's fun to win, but it's not fun to always win. Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Okay, Kun actually said this one right. He said this perfectly. Okay, his English wasn't perfect, so he didn't say it perfectly, but he said it mostly perfectly. If you are ahead in the game and you win something, you don't feel good. But if you are ahead in the game and you lose something, you feel bad. That is a lose-lose scenario. If you are under-geared and you lose something, you don't feel bad because you were meant to lose anyways. And if you are under-geared and you win something, you feel great. You feel tremendous. That is a win-win situation. to be in the underdog faction is a win-win situation because the feeling of playing a game is better. The feeling of trying to do better and trying to succeed and try to get people to work together is a much better thing. And if you're already ahead, if you're meant to win in everything, if you're not really doing anything useful, you're just playing a game and pushing a button, right? There's no fun in that. It's just, there's no gain, there's no benefit, you're not learning. It's a lose-lose situation, right? Because yes, you might be winning at world bosses and gaining more gear and continuing to further the gear gap, but who cares? Besides you, nobody cares, right? And then as soon as you lose something, you lose everything, right? Like we've actually, like West, Win West, for example, we've actually wiped Oso a number of times. But what happens every time we wipe Oso? They bring in 12,000 more people, right? They're not going to keep trying to fight us with similar numbers in that case. They will bring in and completely stomp out people because they don't want to lose, right? They'll do anything they can to not lose. And the same thing goes for West, right? We wipe Oso. Well, that doesn't happen as much anymore, but Oso wipes us, we try to bring in more people, of course, totally, right? You don't try, because usually there's a numbers difference or whatever, and that's kind of how the game is built. But the point is, it's just kind of, that's kind of the way that the game is, right? It is a numbers game, unfortunately. It is a gear game, unfortunately. That is kind of how it is. But the truth is that the underdogs generally have more fun if they have the right mindset, right? That's my opinion on it anyways. I mean, that's how I like to play, right? Like I said before, I usually quit any game that I'm constantly winning at, because, like, it's just not fun. Like, I played League of Legends when it first came out, and I played for a little while. I played for like 3 to 4 months. Okay, I say that's a little while back when maybe it was like 6 months after it first came out, something like that. And everybody was playing it, and I was like, alright, fine. And I played like 2 characters. I played Gangplank, and I played one other one. And I would win everything, constantly. Just all the time I'd be at the top of the leaderboards. I would be winning everything all the time. And I realized that, yes, it's because I'm gaining rank, right? I'm gaining rank in the leaderboard. I started at, whatever, silver, and then I kept going up, and I kept carrying my team. I kept winning all the time, and it was boring. Like, I didn't have fun in these matches. I even played with people that I knew in voice comms, and it didn't feel good to constantly, over and over and over again, win. Because I didn't give it, yeah, maybe the end game, maybe like in Diamond and stuff, it would have been more fun. But I hated the process. It wasn't fun for me. The process was not fun. I don't like winning in these kind of situations. Like, I like there being an actual struggle. That's more fun to me. But again, that's a personal thing. A lot of people don't agree with that, and I get that. I get it. Everybody has different ways to play. You guys actually have a guild called Oso and C? Oh, well, I don't think... It's not going to be the same people, but it's interesting. I wonder what it actually means, then. This is what they happen to be called here. It's Shanzi's guild, so the folks who are playing with him. You need to have bad days to be able to tell when the good ones come. That's true, Bob Ross. And I've heard that quote on several occasions. That's very true. You need to have bad days to be able to tell when the good days come. That's absolutely true. Yeah, but a lot of people are pissed about those bad days, right? And then they don't even want to try anymore. They think like all is lost, when it isn't at all. I mean, it's a video game, right? People come and go from the video game all the time. That's why I like MMOs more than any other type of video game, even more than single-player stories. There's like Mass Effect was an amazing story. I love it. Right, but I love MMOs more because you get to write your own story. You get to be the character that you are. And it's not like an RP thing. I just mean like the story of how you play the game and who you interact with and the friends that you make along the way. It's a cliche thing to say, but it's true. That's more fun to me. It's a more interesting thing. And sometimes you're going to lose a bunch of fights, and that's fine. And, for a little period of time in an MMO, it could be pretty sucky in our case, right? Like it is right now for Win West. It happens. Totally. But it's cool to, to kind of get over that and to experience how it all changes over time and how the politics change. It's fun for that. For that reason, I like it so much. It's much more fun to me. Dinky Ganks TV, thanks very much for the follow. Nice to meet you as well. welcome to the stream, where I mostly talk and help people play the video game. I'm not doing anything interesting right now. I'm just fishing, which I already caught a big fish, so I may as well go do something else. And I'm also like, I'm over my time. I only wanted to stream for a couple hours today because I'm going to be really busy later. So maybe I'll give it like half an hour more and then I'll hop off. You're new to the game, you're on Tyrannos. Yeah, if you have any questions about the game, if you're trying to figure something out about mechanics or whatever, please feel free to ask. Either me in this chat, or just anybody in general, ask questions, because ArcheAge is extremely complicated. Like, ArcheAge is extremely complicated, honestly. It's like there's so much stuff to learn and understand about the game that even the players themselves don't know it all. So, it's ask questions. Don't feel like anything is a new question, because it isn't, honestly. Other people in the chat probably are also asking the same things. Alright, yeah, go walk your dogs. It's all good. Really cool. I wish I could be new. Me too. It would be nice to get back into ArcheAge with a fresh mind and not know anything. I like that. That's why I do like trying other MMOs. I like trying other games. All the time I will play new games for that experience of I want to learn more things and figure things out. It's really fun. The game might not have any kind of logic puzzles in it, but the fact that you have to learn so much all the time is a logic puzzle in itself. Alright, I'm gonna hop out of here. I already caught a big fish. I don't think I'm on the leaderboard yet because it hasn't actually changed the leaderboard. Yeah, still not here. But I got 473, which will give me a few points, so I think that's okay. Yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. Let's get out of here. I gotta save up labor now, because I'm kind of out of labor rechargers. Learning and figuring things out was really fun. Yes, absolutely. And we still are. Right? Like, we're still learning things all the time that even the entire player base didn't know. And there's still so many more things we don't know about the mechanics themselves and how stuff works. Which is why I have a Discord for research, for ArcheAge research and development. Yeah, but on a much smaller scale nowadays. Yeah, true. Yeah, we know most of the very, very important things. Well, now we do. That freaking height difference one, I say, is one of the most important things in the game, but we didn't learn that for 7 years, so hopefully now we've gotten most of the things out of the way. You're excited to try AOC? I was too, but the combat just, I can't get my head over it. It's the same with Amazon's game, New Worlds. I just can't. I don't know, man. I don't like the combat systems. I get what they're trying to do. I think people will enjoy them. I think totally, people will love those games. I just can't do that myself. I don't think I can. I don't think it's something. I think it's great for an MMO. Yeah, I'm not going to judge till it's done either. I'll see, right? I'll definitely see. I'm excited to try, because I want to see what these different companies are doing. But this is Amazon's first game, and while they are hiring people from other companies who have lots of game experience, it doesn't necessarily mean that the decision making is correct, right? So we'll see what they end up actually doing. A lot of people have not been liking, for example, how New World has started to become over the years, and how it's changed, over time, the things they've been doing during the alpha. So maybe they'll revert changes. I don't know. We'll see. We really want to experience jumping into the game where nobody knows anything. We have to figure everything out. Yes, that was really fun. When ArcheAge first started, and literally, I was always commented on because I was an executioner, and I played that for years. And nobody understood how I was constantly silencing people or causing problems with, like, crows and all that, because nobody played occultism. Nobody knew what occultism was, because nobody played it, and I did, and it was really fun. I love that. I love the experience of people asking each other questions all the time. It's really good experience. I already did all this stuff. It's a really good experience. I don't think. Here's a problem I think with New World and AOC with. Oh gosh. I only know the acronym. Ashes of Creation. I think the problem with those games is there's not enough to learn early on. I think they tell you too much. And you kind of. There's not really mechanics to discover. There's not really things to try. Albion Online was pretty good because you had to actually understand, different equipment and the things you could do and what's possible, and working with teams and spreading out with who's doing what, and it's pretty cool. But I just don't see that with AOC and New Worlds as much. Yeah, you've heard people are mad. Yeah, you'll probably see those more often nowadays. So that's the weird part, is these companies are trying to appeal to the modern day MMO gamer, which is feed me everything and let me have fun today. They're trying to appeal to that, which I think it's a correct business move, unfortunately, because if you want to make money, that's what you got to do. But you know, you don't get a game like ArcheAge then, where we learn something about mechanics 7 years into the game being out, right? You just don't get that. You don't understand, like, that's not a thing that exists. MMOs are meant to be a long-term commitment that people don't realize, and I think they're trying to appeal to the player base who doesn't understand that, and try to grasp them for as long as they can, right? You shouldn't know everything and do everything day one, exactly, but that's kind of what's happening. Another example is Atlas, right, which is the folks who made Ark Survival. A lot of them broke off into a different company, and it was the whole thing. I'm not going to go into it, but they made Atlas, right? Atlas is just another recent example of a game where literally everything was just fed to you day one. You kind of understood all of the game's content from the very, very start. And yes, you can go and explore that content from the start. I'm gonna ignore all the bugginess and the lag or whatever. But yes, you could go and explore that content from day one. And it was fun. But there was no long-term goals. There was no long-term reason to play, because the longer you played, the less fun you had. The longer you played, the less competition you had, the less actual wars you had, and now people have to do scrims against each other, you know, to actually sort of have fun, which is good too, but it's different. It's a different game. Depends on how long-term. Yeah, it depends on how long-term is meant to be. That's true too. You know, ArcheAge used to be really toxic in the way that it was designed, because you had to keep paying premium to keep your housing up. So you could, like, taking a break from the game was punishing, because then you had to, like, pay money and also resources to keep your housing up, which was stupid. And now that AAU is out, you actually don't get that toxicness anymore. I could take a break for months, years if I want to, or just come back whenever I want. And all I gotta do is pay 5 weeks at a time on my housing, and then just, you know, log in every 5 weeks or whatever and pay that again. I don't have to actually keep using my own personal money to do it. And so it feels a lot better. Yes, exactly. The way that AA handles long-term is toxic, definitely. It's way better in ArcheAge Unchained. Holy crap. Like, everything that would make me feel bad about Legacy is a huge relief in ArcheAge Unchained. It actually makes me feel better. I can take a break from the game and be fine. And I don't even care about the streaming thing. You guys maybe miss me if I go away for a couple weeks or so, but I can deal with that, because I'm not using I'm not using Twitch as a monetary income. I'm using it for fun, right? I'm just entertaining people and helping people. So in general, I can take a break whenever I want and feel great about it, because you have to. You can't sit in the same game for years. You'll just get burned out, and then you feel bad. That's like, if you design a game that people can't take a break from, like Worm Online, you know, or like any kind of Minecraft server, or I guess New World is another example of that, right? Then you are kind of screwing yourself over in the long term. Asmongold is proving you wrong? Why, with WoW? He still plays WoW for many years, right? Is that why? But WoW is different. You know, WoW is actually, I don't know, you can take a break from the game anytime you want, which is really good, actually. Or you can play competitively at the very, very top, you know, and keep trying to break world records and things, or keep trying to progress with gear. Yeah, exactly. No, I totally agree with that. WoW is actually a really good design. I don't like the combat as much, but it's kind of similar to ArcheAge in many ways. Not really. Does he not play WoW? I thought he plays WoW. That's all that I know he's played. Does he not play WoW anymore? I think he got paid to play something recently. He sits on stream reacting to YouTube videos? Alright. I get it. But yeah, exactly. It's a fine line with just all the long-term stuff. FF11 had the same problem, I see. Billy Cool, you don't like how AA dealt with gear progression? where they didn't just obsolete things. Oh yeah, they just obsolete things over and over again. Yes, because they kept experimenting on the players, you know. They kept experimenting with different systems because one system was too bad, and then they wanted to do a different system, and they wanted to get rid of the old gear to make place with the new gear, and yeah, I know. It's it kind of sucked, but now hopefully Haram is, you know, now if they release new gear, it'll be in addition to Haram gear, it'll be in addition to Library and the World Boss gear and so on, right? If they bring in a new system, hopefully they don't obsolete the old one, but they add on with new kinds of gameplay experiences, but we'll see what they end up actually doing, right? BDO has the best gearing system. You can never be irrelevant in BDO due to a content expansion. That's cool. I do like the way that BDO does it, honestly. There's a lot, well, I don't like everything in BDO. there's still a lot of problems that they have too, but they do have concepts in BDO that make a lot more sense for long-term progression and for people to have fun long-term. I don't like the fact that a lot of it is solo content, or that it incentivizes solo content. I don't like that, you know, grinding is a little different. I don't like that, you know, gear can still be destroyed completely and you ruin all your progress. But there are things that they do really well, totally. And if all these games learned from each other and tried different things, it'd be even better. You know, if BDO adopted a linear style progression like that of Arcade nowadays, or Blade and Soul, or things like that, it could be a lot better too. And, you know, maybe they are. Maybe they will. Who knows? We always end up talking about game design. All the time, man. We always talk about game design. I don't even do anything. I can't even queue up to arenas because nobody's in them. So we're just chilling for like another 10 minutes before I go and hop off anyways. They can go with a bit more party play, but they changed the way you can preserve your gear so things don't blow up. Oh, that's good. You can buy stones. Okay, I see. So there are ways to protect your gear. Okay. From NPCs too, that's good. Cool. I'm glad they did that. So that's something, like, see, instead of changing the entire system, they added something to it to make it easier. But you know, and that's good because it allows people who are new players to also progress faster and get to the point where other players are, which is great, actually. And it's also good skill sync, yes. Totally. And I know a lot of people complain about the limitations on the auction house there, the inability to trade, or whatever it is. I don't remember the specifics, but yeah, I mean, sometimes restrictions are made for different reasons, right? But I don't always agree with them. Again, every game has its flaws. That's a good thing, actually. That means that every game can learn and become better, or the new ones can learn from the previous ones, right? But I don't see a lot of, I don't know. There's companies taking risks making MMOs that I just don't feel are going to be great long term. But we'll see. I hope they are. On the AH, yeah, the limitations are really good. In fact, my point exactly, I don't like the way that Excel is doing it exactly, but they are implementing some of those ideas by limiting the costs of things on the auction house, or will be, or maybe they should have already done it in Korea with 7.0 release, but yeah, exactly, right. People, exactly, it keeps markets from blowing to the moon, it keeps people from, you know, gold buying to ridiculous amounts, although that'll still happen, in different ways, of course, but it makes it harder, right? It makes it less convenient. So it's good. I think that a lot of these games made really good decisions. But, you know, BDO is a very different game from Arcade. It was, like, at the start, people were like, it's an Arcade replacement. But really, it's just a different game. It's a different game. The way that it plays is very different. It's got a different style with art. It's got different story, you know. And it's not based off of a book, right? How Arcade is with its lore. So it's a very different game. You could stop gold buying the same way BDO stops gold buying by simply not allowing it to be traded or mailed. Yeah, but people still... So they don't necessarily buy gold. They use other things to, you know, to pay for it directly, right? So it works a little differently with money. But yeah, it works a little differently. People can still use money to get things they want, right? Real-life money to get things they want, essentially. And it's very hard to detect those things, which is unfortunate, but it's just... You know, you can't stop that in any game. It's impossible. People will always find a way, unless you really reduce the amount of things players can do together, and then it just becomes bad. So, instead, the way to, quote, stop it is to make sure that linear progression is curved, so that the higher you go, the more you, like, it's not super powerful compared to lower gear score. And actually, Arcade didn't always have that. It used to be opposite. It used to be actually a curve that went up. The more gear you had, the stronger you were versus the previous gear. Now it actually does curve off. The more gear you have, the more it actually curves off. So actually, if you have 10k gear score, you can actually compete with people who have 13 to 16k. Just depends on your class, and more importantly, in a raid versus raid aspect, what you actually do to help benefit your team. It actually is way better now than it was in the past. But people don't know that, or they don't realize it. They just assume it's always bad, and they don't even try, or don't even try to compete, and it's kind of annoying, but it's just how it is. Yeah, the only thing people sell is power leveling. That's true, but there's still some particular items, I believe, that people use in BEO. I don't know the specifics there. I've heard, like, materials are somehow gold traded in some ways. I don't really understand, but I don't know. People have found ways, and I think that's, again, normal. You can't really stop it. But the gameplay is also very different, you know? Yeah, it used to be very hard to fight. Right, exactly. It used to be very hard to fight people with like 1,000 points of gear score difference. Well, they used to calculate gear score differently too. Now it's like, I hate gear score. It's such a stupid mechanic. I don't like it. It doesn't mean anything. Anybody who thinks it means anything is ridiculous. You just pad points. It doesn't mean anything. You need your stats. It's so stupid. Yeah, now it's inflated. Yeah, well, I talk about that a lot, Billy Cool. Gear score is just stupid. It doesn't mean anything. It's a stupid system. Okay, if they had to make any system that shows you, first of all, leaderboard sucks. This incentivizes people to get gear score or whatever, right? Which sucks. I wish that was gone. The second more important point is that the gear score itself, A, has a terrible calculation to it. But B, if they wanted to make a system actually work to show you how much more powerful you were versus someone else, make a stat score. A score that is based around your actual stats that your gear provides. Not the gear itself, but the actual physical stats that it provides. And then somehow come up with a way to make this work that's actually fair, so that a tank and a healer and a DPS can all have the same gear score and have a similar kind of competitiveness. There is a way to do that, but they decided not to take that route. And yes, gear score discourages people from fighting. Yeah, exactly. It's a toxic system in a way. When in reality, it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, exactly. You used to be able to rally tons of people because it doesn't matter what the gear score is. Yes, absolutely. Totally. And now, nobody wants to fight because, oh god, I have too much gear score. Look, if you don't have a lot of gear score, and anybody lurking here, if you guys are listening in, if you don't have a lot of gear score, there are a million ways to play where you can still be extremely powerful and useful to your team and not die. And I actually, even with my higher gear score, I play those classes sometimes. One of them is Eidolon. I love it. It's a really fun class. I can disable enemies. I can buff my allies through different ways. I can keep my allies from being silenced for a very long period of time. I can disable tanks and even steal buffs from them, while also, you know, helping out my allies and getting around the battlefield and keeping myself alive the entire time. I love it. It's a really fun gameplay style. This can be played with any gear score, and you still contribute massively. And a lot of people at low gear score try to go and play a DPS, but they just aren't going to do any damage against people, right? So playing a class that helps crowd control, or playing a class that helps benefit your team, like, you know, being a bard, or playing just like with witchcraft and stuff, helps a lot of the times better than any DPS would. You know, instead of one DPS, get rid of that and get somebody like this, and suddenly you're actually much more valuable to your team, which is really good. But, you know, a lot of people don't like to play that way, or they don't understand it, or, you know, people are looking for simple things, unfortunately. They're looking for simple things, they just want to have fun and play the game, and so, you know, you don't see it as much as you should. And, you know, even on Win West, you know, there's a lot of people that do play like this nowadays, because, you know, it's started to become a lot more prevalent, which is good. But we actually don't have enough DPS. We actually don't have enough people with really, really good weapons to be able to actually DPS specific targets, which is true, actually. And now that they've kind of done a few changes to skills, it's become a lot better. For example, Absorb Life Force, we can guarantee kills on people now because of Innervate and Absorb Life Force, which is actually really cool. And it happens all the time, and it makes the game much more fun to play, which is awesome. But my point is that, you know, it took time for these changes to come into the game, and people don't even know that they still exist, so they'll just give up before they even try, right? It does. Gearscore makes the money. You know what else makes the money? This fucking thing. This thing. God. This whole, every one of these buttons is like, cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. Okay, maybe not this one. Or this one. Or this one. Or this one. But this one, definitely. This one specifically. God. Ah, is this a moneymaker? This all this is. It's a freaking... Also this one maybe too. But mostly this first one. Is just... God. If this didn't exist, the average gear score on every server would probably be about 2k less than what it is. Because nobody's competing against one another. Nobody knows what the top gear score is. If this never existed from the beginning, we wouldn't have that mentality. But now if you took it away today, it would still be a problem. Because everybody knows in the back of their minds, I want to be at the top of the non-existent leaderboard. Well, so C doesn't have this, or what do you mean? C doesn't have the ranking information? God, I hate this list. It's a terrible list. It's a list of fools. You don't have those rankings? Wow. Why? Wait, maybe they finally did it. Okay, to be fair, I've been requesting this from them for years. I've been requesting this for them for years, right? From GamingGo to bring to XL to be like, hey, don't do this. Maybe they finally did it. Maybe they finally did it. Now, it's not going to mean anything for AAU if they just introduced it today, like I said, because everybody's already up there. But it does help, you know, overall with the mentality. XL is a very strange group of people, yes. Yes, they are. You know, I've been in the MMO development community. I've been there. I can tell you, it's not fun. It's not a great place to work. You don't get paid very much in general. And, you know, what you actually contribute to the community usually goes undervalued, which sucks. You know, people only complain. They don't ever tell you what you did good. So, it's not an easy thing, right? It's not easy to develop an MMO. Personally, if I ever went back into MMO development, yes, I would do things very differently, but it's also very hard to commit yourself to one game to develop for 10 plus years, right? If anybody who's developing Arcade from the start has to say, I'm going to play and develop this game for 5 to 10 years, and they have to be like, yes. And no one in hell ever, like no one would ever do that in reality. Why would anybody do that? You want to work on new projects. You want to work on cool stuff. You want to work with the latest game engines and make things all the time, right? That's the truth, right? But yes, MMO development is not easy. There's a lot of problems with it in general. Depends on the overall health of the community. Totally, yeah, that's true too. Like WoW, for example, the people who continue to develop that, they have fun, you know, I'm sure they do. They work with awesome people, you know, Blizzard in general has been doing, well, they've been doing things, you know, so, yeah, Path of Exile is another good example, right, because the community is a lot more fun. So even though you're not working the top-end technology and stuff, you still actually enjoy your time playing the game and interacting with people and doing things and hosting streams and coming out with cool new content that people just enjoy, right? Yes, it could totally be a lot better, but it just doesn't tend to be that way for very, very many reasons. If people go into your game and your game is healthy and creates a non-toxic environment, people appreciate the little things more, yeah. People will notice the slightest things and sing praise because they don't have to worry about all this stuff being broken. It's true. Totally. I totally agree with that. It doesn't happen as often as it should, for, again, very many reasons, which is unfortunate, but it's just kind of how it is. And, yeah. Yeah, more game development conversations. I don't know what to do, I'm just running around. Should I go kill people? Oh, I can go around Garden of the Gods. Let's see if there's anybody around farming. Oh, I had a question for me. Alright, go for it. Let's see if there's anybody farming right now that I can poke at. Oh, I'm gonna be busy soon, actually. Maybe I should get ready for that. Yeah, I did want to end the stream 30 minutes ago. I didn't. Let me just hang out around here for a little bit. The stone walls of Exilok. What's inside now? It's the same. The same as it was before. Yep. It's individual ore Most of them are Anya. Some of them are gold or silver. Sometimes they become like a topaz or a diamond or whatever. Very, very rarely a diamond, of course. Node that you can actually farm and get a few more of the extra stuff from. So yeah, it's exactly how it was back then. They haven't changed anything at all with that whole system. Andromeda, you tried getting on a week ago just to see if you could do it without Patron, and I think it's possible to play casually now. I did that for actually a very long time on Legacy. I played without any Patron. I didn't even spend any time or money on Apex to get you know, Patron or anything, right? To get Apex. I never did that. I did that for maybe about a year, and I actually streamed during a lot of it too. And it was fine. It's actually really, it's perfectly good. That was a long time ago now. And I think back then it was perfectly good to play casually. Honestly, the free-to-play version of Arcade is actually nice. It's a bummer that it is really more incentivized to play AAU, because now there's really not going to be very many people going to Legacy, right? Yeah, you get a decent amount of labor from participation. Yeah, from doing stuff, right? You still get the labor rechargers, right? And then you just play the game casually. You just do whatever you want. Oh, this thing is still up. Nobody's killed it. I'm not surprised, though. Nobody's going to be creating raids midday to kill these bosses, which is kind of unfortunate. I really feel like that should be happening all the time, but it just isn't. Alright, where are the people? Oh, I could find AFK people. Is that a thing people do? They just look for all the AFK folks and then kill them for no reason? Should I do that? I feel like that's not fun. You guys are probably like, yeah, gank people, but like, I don't like that. That's not fun to me. It's just ganking people. There's probably someone down there. I can even do this. I have a whole chat for seeing people with buffs on around me. Yeah, there's no reason to make a new account in Legacy when you could just buy AAU, play and buy AAU, which is a problem, because now they aren't making enough money. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I didn't know this guy was still here. All the snow lights. Is Taiyang here? Oh, he's not. Oh man. So they could be doing things to make more money. They could be. And I've put in many suggestions that are positive improvements to the store that actually increase the actual playing ability of the game to make it more fun for people to do stuff. And maybe someday they'll do it. I just don't know if that'll ever happen. But yeah, they could be making a lot more money. They just aren't. I think they need to change a lot of stuff in their marketing. I don't know if their marketing teams in Gamigo are willing to take that risk, but because there's development time and risk associated with everything, and if you're a marketing team, if you're a finance team, you don't take risks. No way. You definitely don't take risks. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to go into that. I don't want to go into that. That's a long topic. We'll do that some other time. I've talked about it a lot anyways. I've made my decision. Oh, hello. Oh, we got a red. He's got a really high gear score, too. Nice. Hello. Hi.
Target is facing the wrong direction. Target is facing the wrong direction. Target is
Oh, wait, no.
facing the wrong direction.
Wait. Man, he's really trying to run.
Facing the wrong direction.
Ah, damn it. Actually, I think just lag got me there. I wasn't able to... Let me think. Teleported away, but he had that. I guess it's okay. Ooh, hello. Silver Lily. Right, let me go find that guy again. He's probably just running now. God, he was so close to death, but then, like, something just screwed up. I couldn't do damage. Oh, no, I don't have a mount now. Let's go this way. Alright, let's try again. What was the suggestion? So I've made a few. I think the most important one was to, instead of like, well, back then this wasn't a thing, right? We didn't have DLCs. But the big one was that instead of putting so much focus on the DLCs now, right? Instead, put a focus on the premium thing of the Arc Pass. Because if you can get people to buy that every 3 months, all the time, for every season, that's a much more stable income. And so the best way to do that is to put in a new type of diligence coin for cosmetics. And let people rack up those coins all the time, even if there's not stuff that they necessarily want, you know, in that shop. At least let people rack up those coins all the time, so that whenever something is in the shop for cosmetics, they have the coins to spend them, right? To get cool, like, equipment, or not equipment, to get cool, like, furniture, maybe per season, right? For, like, you know, if there's, like, an event going on, then the shop will have some of those event items that you would normally get from the, like, the Daru coins, but also you can get them for the new cosmetic diligence coin, right? And so the thing is, if they made a system like that work with rotating stuff in that shop all the time, then people would go and just buy out all of the Arc Passes all the Arc Pass premiums every single season, and get them all up. So it encourages people to actually log in and do them. It encourages people to actually buy all 3. There's no actual OP-ness to them because you just get more, you know, types of costumes and stuff. And it's a stable income every 3 months, because even if there's something in the shop that you don't want today, you may get all of these premium rewards just in case something comes out later. So you want to still stock up. Or maybe you want to, you know, stock up for the winter season when a bunch of stuff appears in the cosmetic store that's all like winter related furniture and costumes and stuff. So, you know, you're just saving up for that. And it becomes a more positive system of, you know, you're just doing this for fun, and it's way better than the current premium rewards, because nobody really pays for this premium unless they want a specific costume. They'll pay for one of these passes, but there's no guarantee that people will buy these every 3 months, so there has to be some other system. And not to mention, the worst part about this is, if you buy this, you're incentivized not to just throw this crap out. Like, let's say you'll never wear this costume, but you paid money for it, so why would you ever destroy this costume, right? Instead, it's going to just sit in your warehouse or sit in your otherworldly storage chest and just sit there forever, just wasting a slot because you don't want to get rid of it, because you paid for something that you don't even want. Where instead, if people had the choice to get whatever they want by themselves, that is much better, right? People can actually use their own money and decision-making to do whatever they want with their own currency. And yeah, of course they'd be bound, yeah. The currency would be bound, definitely, the cosmetic coins. And you know what else? Suddenly, you get a lot of other opportunities for marketing to use cosmetic coins to make people want to buy more. For example, you know how they're trying to push these drops for Twitch, right? They want to do Twitch drops eventually, which, by the way, I have a bunch of codes. I'm just going to give out a bunch right now, okay? I've got a bunch of codes for things. You guys can have fun with those. I'm not kidding. I'm actually going to do that right now. So tell your friends if you want them to try to earn stuff or whatever. So I'll do that in a couple minutes here at the end of the stream. But my point is that they want to do Twitch drops, which is actually really cool. But if they made Twitch drops those cosmetic coins, if you give people just 1 coin at a time just for watching streams, that is awesome. That means people who don't actually pay additional money could actually eventually earn things, and they have an actual incentive to watch streams. And number 2, it incentivizes people that have 1 to 3 coins, like a small amount of coins but not enough to buy something, to just go and, you know, just put money into the premium. Just because they have some, they may as well just get the rest they need to actually use it, right? So it encourages people to do that. It's a good marketing tactic that is actually very positive. Yeah, so right, exactly. All of the items would have to be alt-proof, right? Yeah. Well, you know, they'd have to be bound like they are right now. You know, a lot of the stuff from the credit shop are bound at the moment anyways, so it's not really anything new. Yes, you can still trade housing and you'll get a lot of the bound furniture, but that's always, I mean, that's the case right now with the credit shop. That's not really avoiding anything. So we're in that situation at the moment regardless. So instead, why not just capitalize on what we've got and do something else that works out really well in a very positive way, with a very positive system, with a very long-term longevity, because you know that every quarter people are going to be buying out all 3 of these passes just because they want the coins, even if they're not even going to spend them right away. And that is awesome. That's really cool. It's better for Gamigo. It's better for the consumer because the consumers get to pick what they want whenever they want. It's better for Gamigo because they can put out limited time events. It's better for the consumer because, you know, they actually feel like they're earning something over time that they actually get to use on fun things instead of always, just diligence coins for gear, or diligence coins for mounts, or things they need for combat, right? Now there's a system for that with cosmetics, because people do enjoy the farming aspect and the decorating and all the customizable stuff in the game too. But it's just not really enticing as much. There's not as much you can do with it. So yeah, there's quite a bit to it. I'm trying to think, actually, wherever that guy go, the guy that I killed, he had like 16,000 gear score, to be fair. Man. How much damage did I do against him? I almost killed him, man. He's so close. God, he has a lot of defenses, though. That's okay. I got pretty close. It would have been fine if I didn't use my potion early, because I was just pushing buttons by accident. It's okay. I could have done better in this fight. I want to find other people, though. I'm just not seeing anybody. But anyways, so yeah, that's kind of my suggestion with that. And I've made that suggestion. It's one of them that I've made. There's been a couple more since. But I don't know. I don't see their marketing department taking risks like that. Even though I think that it's actually one of the most beneficial things they could do. I just don't see that happening. So maybe, I don't know, maybe they're doing something about it, maybe not, I don't know. But there are ways they can make more money. There are ways they can do it in a more stable way without having to charge for DLCs or anything like that, that are more positive. And I've got greens, but... Oh, they also have finished their quest. Not this guy, though. Alright, let's just keep looking around, I guess. Exploring and looking around the garden. Oh my god, I have this glider! I can get the achievement! I can get the achievement up there! Ah! It's almost like having a dragon on the PTS. Hooray! Let's go get the achievement. Okay, I'm actually happy about that. Opinion. What is this? Oh! My god. Look at that. Look at that font. That's a lot of dudes. Jeez. Oof. There's a whole lot of dudes. I'm glad that C is doing well like that. I'm not happy with the route they took with the marketplace, of course. And I'm not happy with the route they took with the patches at all. I'm actually extremely disappointed with that. I thought they would be on a much better patch than us, but they're actually not. They're even earlier than Aircage Unchained. God, I hate that. I thought that it was going to be the best thing ever. I thought it was... Oh, hello. Wait, you get an achievement for every floating island? Oh my god. I'm going to every island. You have a better chance of finding a Perdita than getting a GR pack. I mean, it's pretty cool that's the way that it is. That's actually really fun. I was the first one to show us the black and green and red dragon mount. I did? I thought that I only showed off the black one. I don't think that I had the red one and the green one. Maybe I did. I don't know. Did I? What are those plants? In the garden, there's these plants that you can go around and pick up. And they're just used for progression at the very highest tiers, as well as crafting a potion to help prevent some point loss in case somebody does kill you during war. So there's a few uses to them. They also give you these botanical specimens, which you could turn in. Well, actually, everything here gives these botanical specimens, but the plants do it much more often. And they are used to turn into diamond shores, 20 of them in diamond shores, or 10 at a castle, for 1 seed, which becomes like a random one of these things. So then you can plant a silver lily, or you can plant a crimson petunia, or the third one. But it has to be on Auroria land, and it'll give you like 20 to 30, or like 20 to 25 of the actual plants, which is pretty good actually. So there's a few systems with the plants and actual farming. There's actually systems with fishing as well that aren't incentivized as much, other than just getting points a little faster. You also gain points for farming and getting these plants. So there's quite a few things actually with the garden that are quite good, and I do enjoy quite a bit. I want to get all the islands now that I know that they have achievements associated with them. I don't remember being... I don't think that I showed off the... Maybe I did show off the red and the green one. I don't remember anymore. was a long time ago, Laboratory of Gaming. I have no clue. But yeah, I had a big stream about it, and then I put it up on YouTube. That thing still gets views. All the dragon stuff that I put out on YouTube, those things still get views, believe it or not. It's not like the craziest amounts, but it's interesting. People are still interested in knowing what the end game dragons are like. Yeah, that's right. I did. I took that thing up into the sky as high as I could go before I got really bored. And the game map became a square. Yup. That happened. I enjoyed that. That was a really fun stream. I should do one going as deep into the water as I can again, because I never did that on stream. And it was that was, like, going up into the sky as high as you can go, that was not as crazy as going as low into, like, as deep into the water as you possibly can. It's infinite, but it is crazy. And at one point, you actually do get teleported back up onto the mainland. I think you actually DC. I don't remember exactly. I gotta do that at some point, because that was really cool. Infinite water, yeah, it goes down... Okay, you have to glitch under the map. You have to glitch under the map for it in Andromeda, but there's actually one place you can do that. Yeah, you have to go on the map, right, yep. Exactly. There's one place you could do that without actually doing anything crazy. It's just a bunny trick, I guess, but yeah. Yeah, exactly. Right, it's a similar thing. But anyways, so something like that. I don't remember the specifics, but I did it a long time ago. It wasn't on stream. And I had like a chart I made too of like, because I kept track of my actual distance by using my mount. So, you know, every every 50 meters or something, I'd respawn the mount, and then I'd track another 50 meters. And like, you know, 2,000 meters down, and 3,000 meters down, and 5,000 meters down, each of those had like a checkpoint of something weird that would happen. And eventually what happened is the entire screen would turn white, and the background would start to climb up towards the edge of the screen, and you were kind of stuck in a white background area, kind of like the Matrix sort of thing. And it was really cool, and I was like, I don't know, I was really excited about that. It was actually awesome, that if you just keep going deeper and deeper into the water, all of the black, like the darkness, you know, everything is black down there because you can't see, there's no light. And then it just becomes white. It's crazy. I don't remember how deep you had to go for that, but I should do that experiment again, because it was really fun. And maybe they've changed something since then, who knows. But they really don't cap how high or how low you can go in this game. I think there is actually a cap at how low, because you do eventually get teleported. Oh no! I remember what happened. If you go too low into the ocean, like past 5,000 or something, what ends up happening is the game puts you back up at the minimum allowed height. So you get teleported back up like 50 meters or something if you go down too low. It doesn't actually kick you out of the game or something. Oh no, wait, it actually does both. That's what it is. God, I don't remember. I have to do the experiment again. I think it kicked you out of the game, and when you logged back in, you were back up at the minimum height. So, like, you're still 5,000 below sea level or something, but, you know, you're just there. You can't go any lower, otherwise it kicks you out. Like, it's something like that. And it was really cool. And it was like, I don't know, it's just interesting. That kind of stuff is very interesting to me, that they have that in game, the way that they did. I gotta do that experiment again, I really do. That was so cool. Very, very fun thing. Oh god. Oh, perfect, everything's fine. Everything is good. No problems here. Wait, I gotta leave soon. Oh my god. I just have other stuff going on. Any last minute questions? I'm trying to find the other 2 islands that I'm missing while I'm doing this. Any other questions? Anything else you guys are, what are you guys up to? Okay, I found this one. I have to find number 3. I'm dead. I have to find island number 3. That was number 1 over there. Number 2 was over there-ish. So number 3, like, that one's up here. Where would number 3 be? Probably here, right? You got a pack? You got a GR pack? Wow. Dude, you could probably sell that to somebody for money. Oh, we got number 7. Oh, God. Oh, there's a lot of these, aren't there? Oh, man. Oh, man. This sucks. Number 7? I thought 4 was the highest. Jeez. Okay. Okay. Let's keep looking. This was 1, for sure. I think this was number 4, actually. And the number 1 was there. Number 7 was over there. So maybe I have to just climb up all these stones and you'll get them over time. Maybe that's what it is. It's really easy to do with this glider. I managed to teleport outside the drill camp map. There's stuff out there. There is? I think you could zoom out, like with the FOV mod, really, really far out and see that there's stuff out there. But I don't remember. I should do that again next time I'm in the drill camp. No! This is actually the one you get from the achievement. If you upgrade this glider, you lose True Flight. So don't upgrade this glider. It's our only True Flight glider. It's the only one we've got. Don't upgrade it. There's people who've upgraded this in AAU. They're fools. They don't know. They don't understand. The True Flight glider. Why would you ever get rid of that? Would you ever want that gone? It's so good. You could use it for anything. Use it for so much stuff. And people upgraded it. It's so expensive to upgrade. Ah. People. I don't even know what to say. There's only one way to get it. Yeah, you have to go to the Red Dragon instances, and technically the achievement is to open up those packs that you get at the end of Red Dragon. You have to open up 50 of them, and then you get this glider. There's only one way to get this glider. It's forever. It's a permanent glider. And people go and upgrade this thing. Oh. God. It's crazy. I feel like it's a bug, too. I don't think we're supposed to have this as a... but don't tell anybody, man. This is the coolest thing we've ever had in this game. It's so cool. I mean, Korea has had these around all the time, but because of normalization, we never did. So maybe now this is the first one we ever get, and it's real. It's so cool. Also, I'm kind of lying. Korea didn't really have... they have more True Flight gliders, but they don't have a bunch. They only have, like, 3, I think. This being one of them. And also, the upgraded version of this glider is True Flight in Korea. It isn't in ours, which is why I feel like it's a bug that this one is. Which is really weird. Their Kraken glider was True Flight? Yes. I think it was just the World Boss ones. But there were like 3 of them, yeah. Something like that. Oh man, this is crazy. Look at all those people. I mean, that's kind of how it was when any server gets released, you know? That's how AAU was, too, to be fair. I'm glad that C is having those moments. That's very good. And people are playing in a much better ping. It's great. I really like that. Alright, what else am I missing? Can I even find these achievements? What would this be under? Exploration, right? God. Why would you do this to me? Can I look at completed and find them there? Let's see. No, I don't think so. I don't know how I'm gonna find these. God, there's 8 pages of this. What was this called? I don't even remember what the picture looked like. It's something to do with the garden, right? Oh man, this is gonna take forever. Ooh, I'm almost there. How many more of these do I need to get the Heir of Haram token? I want that. Okay, what other islands? Let me try landing on these 3. Let's see if that works. There's many more that aren't loaded. Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine there would be. I'm glad that's the case. That's good. Dude, I was really happy for C. Man, I thought C was gonna be so good. With, like, the patches. Gwen, I thought you were gonna be like, aw, dude, we're on a better patch than you, and you were gonna, like, rub it in my face. I was so happy. I thought C was gonna be, like, the best thing. And they didn't do that. Ah. Okay, that's number 6. Hooray. I don't know, man. I'm disappointed, alright? I thought they were gonna do something cool. They didn't do it. Alright? I thought they were gonna have all the archery changes already. They didn't. Especially, you played Stone Arrow for a long time, so I feel like you would have had a lot more fun with the new archery changes, but nope. Nope. So you didn't get those. Yeah, it's fun for now, yeah. Okay, number 5. So I have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't have 2. Where's 2? If this is 5, okay, and over there is 6, and 7 is like there, right? 7 was over there. So where's 2? If 1 was over there, so 2 must be over there somewhere, right? All right, let me go look over there. I've already jumped on all these because I had to get up there at one point. So let me go check these islands out. Well, I think I already landed on some of these. I'm not really keeping track. as much as they should be. I'm gonna try to land on those two down there too. Anything? No? God, I love the garden. It's actually really cool. I just wish people PvP'd more instead of running away as soon as they can. And here? No? Nothing?
Target is
There?
facing correlation.
Anything? What about down here? No? Okay, what about this one? I think I already landed on that one. Alright, well, whatever. I don't know. I'll find it. I gotta find this, though. But I'll just do it at some other point in time. I also want to know what the achievement is for getting all of them. I'm sure that'll pop up as well on the screen. Oh, hey, there's a thing right here to keep track. 1, 2, 5. Okay, so I'm missing 3 and 4. No, I got those. 4. I'm missing 3. Okay. I'm missing island number 3. That's the only one. It's funny. I could have already gone to the correct island, but just not stepped in the right place, which is kind of annoying, but it's very true. Try stepping up here. Does that do anything? No? Okay. Let's go up here. Maybe one of these two? I don't know. Maybe it's like, I don't know. I have no idea. I'll just keep running around until I get it. Alright. I gotta do other stuff. I have other plans. I got a lot of things going on today. I think I've got a lot of things going on tomorrow. Maybe not. Maybe I'll actually have some time to stream tomorrow then. We'll see. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. I'll find some time. But again, it's kind of random. So again, if you like my content or you just want to chill and talk about stuff, please feel free to follow the channel on Twitch so you know when I go live. I also have a bunch of social media stuff you can go where I also announce whenever I go live. And I announce on the Arcade Research and Development Discord. Here's the links to all of that. There. You can go check out all those things. They're down below as well on the channel. It's all good. It's all things. You can go check those things out. Otherwise, I'm going to head offline on Twitch. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out, all you fine folks, and for the additional follows and subs and stuff. Thanks, guys. And I will see you all next time, probably tomorrow at some point. Otherwise, this will be on YouTube. All right? Cool? Thanks, guys. See everybody. Bye. Good day. Wait, I want to try something. Hold on. So my frame rate just skyrocketed, and I didn't even do anything. Now my frame rate is low. If I switch this... Okay. Alright. That's interesting. If I'm on this screen, my frame rate goes way up, which is great. That means that the encoder isn't even looking at it properly, which is awesome. So why don't I just play like this whole time? Just play like this. You guys don't get to see anything, but I get high frames, and that's all that matters. I'm out. I'll talk to y'all later.